Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, happy Saturday. I assumed that I would be mute, which was actually accurate. So, how's everyone doing today? How are you? How are you today? For some reason, my MacBook decided to upgrade itself. So that's fun. That's always fun. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone's weekend today? We got 32-bit binary following just now, and that is interesting because we did have 33-bit binary following us a while ago. That's interesting. Looks like we're getting all the binaries in the world. Good morning, Raja. Good morning, Sid. How's it going? How's everyone today? Good morning, good morning. Awesome. And walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Awesome. So is everyone excited about today? Hello, Nah. How's it going? Hello, hello. Are we excited about Hacktoberfest? Do we already know what that is? Or has any one of you already tried participating in any Hacktoberfest so far? Hey Fahad, how's it going? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Yep, I need something I could contribute to. Okay, all right, we're gonna have a look. We're gonna have a look at a couple of things that we can definitely do in terms of Hacktoberfest. That was the idea of today's stream as well. We're gonna look into the ES6 things that we looked at yesterday, but we'll also be looking into further stuff. And also I changed some of the things with the stream, like the overlays. I spent some time on doing that. But let me know what you think. So the text is a bit more visible now. We have got some other things. Yeah, this OSS port, everyone has contributed to this. Everyone has created a repository in that. I'm not sure how they're pulling. I mean, they have reached out to a couple of people in the and that is a really good marketing strategy, if you ask me, because they have their own softwares, and they reached out to a lot of developers, including me, and they asked me to list my project into their software or whatever this OSS port is, and now everyone is creating pull requests there, which is a really good start, and I encourage that as well, that at least you get started somewhere, right? But in the end, try to find something like this, but also try to find something which is a bit better than this one as well. But I'm not discouraging these kind of pull requests. They are awesome, of course. So please go for them. You see my npm upgrade version. Okay, yeah, I created the pull request because I was running the Node version 12 on my machine. I don't know why I didn't upgrade. Maybe I didn't need to for some reason. But since I didn't upgrade, I was getting some errors on the repository, and I thought that there might be multiple people who also got this particular issue. So yeah, I thought about why don't we fix that, because yeah, that is not really cool to have all those issues, because there are still a lot of people, I believe, who have not upgraded to the latest or to the latest stable version of Node.js per se. So I think everyone who is just starting out with Hacktoberfest or even with Node.js, they're most likely using the newer version, the version 14. But I believe a lot of people are actually not. I also pull request to fix that weird behavior. of scroll. Cool. Let's have a look. Let's start this fun stuff. How's everyone doing, by the way? Do you already know where to contribute, or are you looking for different possibilities? Let me quickly create a new window so I can keep the stuff cleaner. All right. Let's go. All right, so we're going to be looking into some of the things. Let's see. So the link that Raja shared is this one. Let's see if we can get this rolling. So what is the weird scroll behavior? Oh, you mean this? Okay. What is the issue here? When you scroll, it does something? Or do you have an issue that I can look as well? By the way, let me show you something really cool. Let me show you that. I should have been wearing the Hecktoberfest t-shirt. Do you want me to wear the t-shirt of Hecktoberfest? This is what I got, I think in 2019's Hecktoberfest or something. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should take a screenshot of this. Yeah, there you go. It starts glitching. Okay. So I got this. I don't know which one, because I've been doing the Hecktoberfest challenge for the past few years, and I'm pretty sure that even the gifts that I get, the digital ocean, which is this one. Blakey Sticks, welcome to CodeWithAhsan. So this one, I don't know when they gave me this whole credit, I didn't actually get that. Does it say 2018? Oh yeah, you're smarter than me. It's right here. Small 2018. So I believe it's the first one that I did. Yeah, probably the first one that I did. But yeah, hopefully not the last one. Have you all started or registered for the Hecktoberfest? Or are you still planning to do so? Your first one was 2020. That's cool. So you're already in the game for the past year. That sounds really good. It sounds cool. What about you folks? How about you, Blake? Have you contributed to Hecktoberfest yet? What is Hecktoberfest? Asks Sid. Really good question, my man. Really good question, and I can answer that now. I think. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna try fixing a couple of things which I seem they're not correct. So there we go. Yes. All right. There we go. And all right, yeah, things seem good now. Got it. Not yet, but planning to. Yeah, gonna do something this year too. Awesome. Yeah, all we need initially is the intention to do so, and then it becomes easier. Trust me. So the first time when you do it, you start small. You don't have to find a really huge repository that you should be contributing to. The more complex the task is, the better it is, although but it doesn't need to be that way. So Hecktoberfest is all about encouraging pull requests and doing such stuff. So one of the things that we could do is I could also show you what Hecktoberfest is real quick, and then I'm gonna show you some of the some of the things that you could do to start working on Hacktoberfest. So let's get started. So first of all, let's go to my screen view, and what we want to do is we want to go to Hacktoberfest, or if you search Hacktoberfest, you should be able to just get this page, and then you start basically by clicking start hacking. It will ask you to sign up with GitHub. You sign up with GitHub, just allow this, and then once you are in, you should be able to see this really cool page where you can essentially see your progress. I'm not sure how it calculates your progress. Does it calculate your PRs which are up and not merged? I'm not sure this time, because last night I started, or I registered this, and then I oh, there we go. Now my confusion is gone actually. So this one says here that I have submitted a package JSON engine blah 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 to this pull request, but it has not been accepted yet. So that's fine. At least I have pushed one thing. I believe how it works is that when you register for this one, any pull requests that you have created from October 1st to 30th of October, they are counted as in contributions. And the more you create, the higher the chances are for you to get some swag. So you get a t-shirt, then you get some stickers, you get perhaps things like this one. So it's possible that you get this one as well. But yeah, it would be cool. I mean, look at this guy. So this one had this purplish and blue and orange sort of look and feel to this, but the new one, I mean, I like the color, to be honest. This looks good. I'm assuming that the merch that would come with this, the t-shirt and whatnot, I believe they would be cool. So I think it's just time that would tell how to do that. But ideally, you should be creating pull requests to multiple pages or multiple open source projects. And once you reach your goal, like these 5 or these 4 pull requests, so every year you have to submit 4 pull requests, and if they get merged and accepted, then obviously it is counted as an achieved goal. And if you get 4 of those right, then I believe, at least for the past few years, what has happened is that about 500 people who actually submit and who reach the goal first, they get the swag. So most likely, I'm not sure if they have changed the number this time. Maybe they have not, but at least last time that was the case. There were 500 people who actually got the swag. So you can go to frequently asked questions and see who will get the rewards. They have kind of embedded this really nice UI here. Maybe is it built with Notion? It's built with Airtable. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, before October, pull requests created before October 1 but merger mark as ready for review will not be counted. So yeah, that is essentially what they have. To win a reward, I'm gonna zoom this a bit so everyone can see this better. Let's see. So this one says category rules. Yes. So it says that it has to be before October 31. One of the good things is that this year they have also included GitLab. I don't believe that was the last year. So they usually go with GitHub only, but I think they have kind of partnered with GitLab this time as well. And it looks good. So some of the questions that I should be answering to you when we talk about how to actually start working on this. First of all, when you go here on your homepage, when you have signed up for this, you should be seeing this button at the bottom, which is Give. When you click on this, you should be able to see all these projects. So this says search for open source project, blah blah blah. Oh, this is not actually contributing. This is about donating, I think. But there should be resources, and let's see. maintainers, participation, beginners, organizations, company start hacking. Where is the Hacktoberfest link here? Share your experience, how to do your first PR, blah blah blah. Maybe it's exactly in giving. Show more. GitHub sponsors, slide tag. One of the things that you could do is, let's see, if you go to GitHub and if you start looking at label, or you search Hacktoberfest, you should be starting to see a lot of these results. And when you select Hacktoberfest like this label, you should be able to get this topic. So this is actually what we are looking for, the topic Hacktoberfest. So if I can quickly link this or share this link with you, give me 1 second. Rocky says, hello, sir. Hello to you too, Rocky. How's it going? So this is what you could go for, and then you could see what these projects have basically in common. And you can also filter on a language or based on the language itself. So let's say you are a JavaScript developer, which is why probably you are viewing this stream. So you should be able to just go here and select language and JavaScript. And once you do so, it will essentially take you to only projects which are based on JavaScript. So for instance, Material UI, and try to focus on the tickets or the issues which have the Hacktoberfest label, or there are also a lot of issues which has this good first issue label. Now this good first issue label, this is something that is not specific to Hacktoberfest. So this is something that you can pick any time. So a good first issue is something that is really easy to handle. Noor Crown says, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How's it going, Noor? Mubashir Khan, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So here for the good first issues as well, you can try to find a lot of issues. So you can see that this is this repository which has a first timer. We have this repository updating to Node.js version 16. So these are all the issues that are really small, updating the packages to latest version. These are 90% of the projects which people contribute to in any Hacktoberfest. So start going into these. For instance, just go here. One of the things that I would recommend you to do is, whenever you are working on the Hacktoberfest challenge, whenever you see a project, you first have to just go and comment in here that I am doing this. Yeah, I am taking it. This is important because there would be a lot of people who would just come here and say, I want to work on this one. But the thing is that if everyone picks the same ticket, then who's going to work on this, or whose pull request is going to be merged? So let's try to actually contribute to one of the PRs. All right. So let's say this is a project LC timer by this really cool guy, Rastislav Swarba. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure you just go here and say, I'm going to work on this. Okay. Let's see what the code looks like and what kind of thing is this. It's lightning coding timer. So you'll need say command for to work. I don't know what that is, but let's try working on this. So I'm going to show you how to actually work on this Hacktoberfest challenge right now, right here. I am Yahoo has followed. Thank you so much for the follow. I am Yahoo. Welcome to CodeWithAhsan. I'm Yahoo. Check your Discord. I cannot check my Discord while I'm streaming because I usually don't do that. But let me quickly see what you're saying there. All right. I don't find this relevant, at least to the stream. So I'm going to look at that later, right after the stream. All right. Cool. So what we are going to do here is we are going to first say, I'm working on this. Actually, I'm going to try to see if there are better things to work on. Let's say it says add tests. So which means that there are going to be some tests that we could work with. And it seems like this project has been there for 2019 and it hasn't been worked on. Consider adding prettier as explicit dev dependency with npm run script. All right. Let's see what we have tests. So here there have been multiple requests here, but the issue has not been closed for some reason. I don't know. Update packages to latest version. Then we have update to Node.js 16. All right, let's see what we can do here. Create web version of timer. I first have to see actually how this works. So lighting coding timer. All right, let's clone this. So the first step of doing this whole, Amir says it's nothing confidential. Sir, I'm from Pakistan. How to become a professional JavaScript developer? All right, let's see what you have shared then in that case. Yahusai.tk. Oh, you have some project that you wanted to show. Okay, interesting. I use Yahoo's website. Thank you, CodeWithAhsan, for teaching me how to make a website. No problem. Welcome. And thank you for sharing your site as well. And this is the Discord as well. Does it take you to my Discord? Twitch TV refused to connect. Well, it seems like it has some issues, but thank you for sharing anyways. Mubashir says, sir, I'm from Pakistan. How do I become a professional JavaScript developer? It's really easy. Just start practicing. Just start looking into small tutorials that you can follow and just keep practicing. That's the easiest way to become a JavaScript developer. Shivans93, welcome to CodeWithAhsan. Heartiest welcome to you, and thank you for joining. Thank you so much for the follow. Highly appreciate it. All right, so let's have a look at the package.json to see what kind of packages do we have. All right, so the first step, the first step of contributing to a pull request in GitHub or for Hacktoberfest is finding this label on the issue. As I said before, let me quickly actually share this link in the chat so you can quickly find stuff to work on. So for instance, all the good first issues that you would want to find can be found here. So I'm going to share this link right here in the chat. Where's my Twitch? Where's my Twitch stream? Here it is. So this is the link that you should be following. I'm gonna also share this on my YouTube. Just give me 1 second. There you go. Live. And yes, there we go. And finally, I can share this to the chat. Cool. Amazing chat. So this is the good first issue. So what I've done is that I've just picked up one good first issue, which is this one. Then I go here, and first it is really important that you go there and then you first say that, hey, I'm gonna pick this ticket so no one else does. So now that I have this, I'm saying I'm working on this issue to demonstrate to my stream on Twitch about how to contribute to GitHub repositories in Hacktoberfest. And I'm gonna put some links here as well. So I'm gonna share my my Twitch link. So let's quickly do that here, and this is the link then. Twitch.tv CodeWithAhsan. And I'm gonna do the same for YouTube as well. And I'm gonna just change this to youtube.com/c, and that's it. We got two these ones here. Let's preview this. What? We broke our code, so let's see. Twitch and YouTube. We have something which is wrong here. Got it. This one also. Got it. All right, so now that we have this, let's actually code this. Taxro, salam, Ahsan bhai, walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How's it going, everyone? By the way, do you agree that the new layout of the stream is good. You can see your messages, which is really good. You can see my face as well, and you can see the code as well. So I think it's pretty good. So let's upgrade this to Node.js 16. Let's try to go and first clone this. So in order to contribute to a particular repository, what you need to do is just guys, I think it would be awesome if I can just go and wear the t-shirt of Hacktoberfest and come back. I would potentially take not more than 5 minutes, but just bear with me, okay? In the meantime, I would highly suggest you to look at these issues that I've shared in the chat. Just go ahead and start looking at these issues, and I'm gonna be right back, and then we'll start working on this, because I want to feel the Hacktoberfest vibes, right? So we have this guy here, but I want the t-shirt as well. So let me go. Let me come back in maximum 5 minutes, and then we'll start working on it. Pipasta, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Highly appreciated, man. All right, guys, be right back. All right, everyone, back. There we go. I think now we are feeling it, right? It's a good vibe overall now. Now this looks cool. This is what we want. All right, let's contribute. Now I'm feeling it. Everything. I think I'm not sure. So this one, oh, now I see it. All right, let's go. So this Hacktoberfest t-shirt is actually different from the year when I got this one. Look at the logo, it's completely different. So this was 2018 and this is 2020. This is from the last year. So most of you folks might actually have this one. And now I think we have the exact vibe to go and contribute. So let's begin with that. So with this guy here, let's see. We got this here, and we need to make sure that we are able to work on this with Node.js version 16. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm not using the NVM for Node Package Manager, or maybe I am. I'm not sure. So let's see. NVM. No, we are not using NVM at all. So what we are gonna have to do is, let's say NVM Windows. Do we have something like a Node.js version management for it seems like we have something that has a lot of stars, so maybe we should be able to similar, not identical to NVM, but Windows has installer. Download now. All right, let's see. Let's install NVM so we can have multiple node versions, because I want that. I have a lot of projects already which have some node versions, so I don't want to disrupt that. But just for the sake of fixing this particular issue on for this task, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna install this this packager. So let's say how to upgrade. Go to the release page. On the release page, there should be a download link, which is nvm non-install, nvm setup zip. So let's get this guy here. So it says, what is the difference between npm and nvm? NVM or npm is Node Package Manager, using which you install multiple dependencies for your project. For instance, this project is dependent on multiple dependencies. For instance, if I go to package.json, this is dependent on CLI progress, colors, command line args. These are all node packages. But NVM is actually Node Version Manager. And the difference is that you can install multiple node versions like Node 12, Node 14, Node 16 using NVM at the same time in your machine. By default, you cannot do that. By default, if you open your terminal, you'll see that you only have one single node version, which is Node Version. So if I see right now, you can see that I have this node version 14.17.5. But with NVM, you are actually, what you could do is that you could just say NVM use, and then you say version 12.0.0, and then immediately it switches the node version for your project or for your window, essentially the command line window. So you can use multiple versions of Node.js within a single machine using NVM. So that is what we are going to do, because right now my version is 14.17.5, which means that all of my existing projects use this version. If I change my version to a later version, that means that I'm gonna have to update my other projects as well, or they might start breaking as well. So we're gonna install this NVM using this setup. So let me quickly try to extract it, and then I'm gonna run this installer, and then we'll see if it installs and how this works. So give me a quick second. So we got the license agreement and whatnot. We're quickly gonna install it. Do you want NVM to control this version? This is cool. So this is asking me that, hey, you already have a node version installed. Do you want me to manage that as well? And I would say yes, because yes, that's what we want. And now that we have done this, Dua Raja just subscribed. Thank you so much, Dua, for joining in. Welcome to Code with Ahsan. How to learn CSS? Ask Code with Mullah. you go to w3schools.com, and then here you go to tutorials, and here you have this HTML and CSS. There is a link that says learn CSS, which exactly is what you're looking for. So you just go here and then you start working out on all these examples. You click try it yourself, and then you should be able to see the CSS. Now this is a paragraph. You change this paragraph color to something else. So let's say you change this color to red. So you say color red. Now the color becomes red when you run this. So that's how you learn CSS. You try, you practice, you give this multiple properties like blue, run it, and then you get those values. Maybe I have to give it something like this. Oh, it's not colors, it's color. And it's not background color, it's background color. There we go. Yeah, I was confusing this with React, unfortunately. A lot of things going in my head. So yeah, that's how you learn this. Who was the one who asked this? Code with Mullah. All right, so I think you got your answer. I'm gonna share this link with you as well on chat, so you can also follow it later on. Cool. Getting back to NVM. So we have the NVM installed now, which means that if I try to search NVM, would I be able to do that? If I open a new window, let's say terminal, can I use a new node version? Let's find out. So here we have NVM, and it now says it's working. So previously it says you don't have this or blah blah blah. For instance, I could now see I could now actually say, let's see, I'm going to increase the font so everyone can see this. So I can say NVM ls, which means that it will now let me know how many versions do I have installed. It says NVM 14.7.5 is installed. What I could do is that now I could say something like NVM ls remote, which means it will now what? Does it not allow this? NVM use, okay. NVM node mirror URL, okay. NVM version, okay. NVM list, is it NVM list remote? Or okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to see how do I search between these. So if I go back to this whole documentation, let's see. So we have NVM install latest, NVM install LTS, NVM use latest, blah blah blah, NVM current, fix measure, blah blah blah. All right, so it has some of the commands that I could use. Can I check? All right, so this is the usage. So NVM arc, NVM current, proxy, uninstall, use, root, node mirror. All right, okay. Type available at the end to show a list of versions available for download. This is what we want. So we want to see how many versions there are. So we say NVM list available, and now I can see what versions I can download. So our project requires us to install or to work with Node.js 16. So we could work with there's someone who already created a PR for this. So it looks like we are too late. I don't know what the heck they changed. So they have NVM RC that they have added to this. Interesting. But why? Interesting. NVM RC. How do you use? How to lock down your project's node version using NVM RC or engines? So you create an NVM RC, use engines. Should I ask the person if he's blind? Or no, maybe not. That would be rude, right? That would be rude. That happens a lot and they didn't link the issue. Yeah, I don't know. Update package version. All right, in these 15 minutes, can you see we have one guy who has updated the package versions. So the updated versions are here. Then there's another guy who has created another pull request against GitHub action for running Mocha test. That is good. So this guy is actually working on some good things here. So he is running the tests as well. And I think this is this the same person who created this one as well? No, this is someone else. Interesting. And this file has been updated, or has this, did we already have an nvmrc? All right. Okay, yeah, I think what he did is he just updated the nvmrc file from 12 to just 16, and that worked. Cool. Yeah, don't be rude, just ask for clarification. No, I don't want to be rude or to ask clarification. What we can do is that we can pick something else. But I think it's still good to have that NVM installed in the machine. All right, let's see what else we can do. Maybe there's something better that we can pick. Maybe Hacktoberfest core. What is that? What is Hacktoberfest? Blah blah blah. Pull request, core pi, core binary to decimal, create number triangle. Rock, paper, scissors, HTML, CSS, create a web page, Python, rock, paper, scissors. What is this? Create simple HTML web page using HTML, CSS, show your creativity, explain a term related to programming, or maybe create a web page for someone you see as an idol. Good luck. Interesting, but not exactly. I think GitHub doesn't show binary file changes. That is saying, yeah, it could be the case. Yes, unfortunately, that is the case. All right, let's have a look. So this is how you would essentially work with Hacktoberfest. It's a game of trying to find the issues and then jumping onto them as soon as possible. Do we also have something called language? The thing is, the filters are absolutely weird in some of the cases. So let's see. So here, all right, let's see. So we got topics here, and we have language set to JavaScript as well. We also need Chart.js, Meteor. We got Strappy something, Cypress. It looks like it also has some Hacktoberfest labeled issues. Let's see. All right, let's see what we have in Cypress that has a Hacktoberfest issue or label. Hacktoberfest accepted. Oh, there are no issues. To use NVM, we should have NPM installed. Yes, you should have that installed. Otherwise, your NPM would not work. We were talking about, I missed one thing. We were talking about installing terminal. We were talking about installing the right package for NVM, and we were talking about NVM list available. And then we got these things here. So if you wanted to install a particular version, all you need to do is you need to just say this particular version, for instance 16.0.0, and then you can just say nvm install 16.0.0, or you could just go ahead with the latest one, for instance 10.0, for instance. So if you do 16.10.0, then it installs it, and then you can use it in your current window. So that's how you would essentially use that. I'm thinking actually, I'm thinking about multiple things here, things that I can contribute to, and then things you can contribute to as well. So one of the things that I was thinking when I was going to work on this t-shirt was, would it be cool if we had an application where you could contribute? And when I say you, that would mean that we would have an application where where we can list down all the amazing folks that follow CodeWithAhsan, and they can also showcase their repository. For instance, I know Raja has a lot of projects within his sort of, what do you call it, his box where he keeps everything. Similarly, you have a lot of things like I am Yahoo. You also have some things that you work on. So would it be cool if we had a page where you could go and see all the amazing folks that are in our community and then kind of showcase their projects? Would that be cool? Mobashir says, how to build up logic building, sir? My logic building is very bad. Mubashir, let me ask you one thing. If someone is bad at riding a motorcycle, how can they become better at it? What do you think, folks? If someone is bad at riding a motorcycle, how do they get better? I'm looking at messages. Shivan says, thoughts on Django? I'm not really a big fan of Django, and the reason is I have never tried working on it. Maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. I also missed one message, sorry about that. Mudasri says, hey, off topic, please create something on data structures and algorithms for beginners. Mudasri, I already have something on data structures and algorithms. Have you seen my playlist that has data structures and algorithms, or have you not? Shift to car? No. So in order to get better at logic building, you practice, you work your way to get better. So about data structures and algorithms, go to my channel and then just go to this playlist where we have this data structures and algorithm series, and this is for beginners. So you could just go there and then start looking into we have topological sort, we have how stacks work, we have how queues work. You can follow all of those things and kind of make your way around it. There's also one video that I see is not part of this list right now, but I can quickly fix that while I see your page. So Zuhair says, by practicing, yes, exactly, that is the idea. You practice and then you make sure that you keep practicing, and that's how you make your logic building good. Stack with JavaScript, this has to be in the playlist of fun with JavaScript, but also it should be in the data structures and algorithms. Sorry if you don't see it really big, but that's because just I'm kind of working through this playlist thing. So if I go back to my playlist, we should be able to see, yeah, so we have the data structures queue, we have stack, we have recursion, we have multiple things with data structures and algorithms that you can now look into. All right, cool. What else do we have? So daily ride in the bike in the background, yes, definitely. All right, so I think what we can do is we can create some sort of a solution, and you can let me know if you think it's a good idea. But what we can do is we can definitely build a really quick application where we show multiple I'm thinking how we would scale that though. So we could start with I'm thinking. So there are two things. One, I need to contribute to something, and second is I want you to be able to contribute to something as well. So I was thinking maybe we could create a sort of web page where you can highlight your own work. So I can quickly create maybe some page where you can contribute and you can highlight your work as well. How does that sound? If we had some sort of application where you could contribute
as in pull requests, and you highlight your own projects, would that be cool? And if you say yes, then I'm gonna decide how to create that. We could do vanilla JavaScript, we could do Gatsby.js. I think it's gonna be cool if we do vanilla JavaScript, but it's probably gonna be difficult for many people. Could be the case, or it could be not really difficult for those people at all. So that could be an interesting one. Sounds cool. All right, suggestions. Do we go with someone says I hate web development. I hate web development too. I am Yahoo every day. That's the beauty. That's my what do you call it? That's my secret to go on forever. Who else hates web development? Raise your hand. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and see Gatsby.js. Sign up free. No, I want to get started. DDO says, yeah, I hate it. All right. Gatsby Cloud, Gatsby Framework, start building. So we have some things here and there when it comes to working with Gatsby.js. I don't want things to be too complicated as well. I'm thinking now. All right. So CSS is a pain. yes, and I agree. All right. Hand raised. Cool. I think I'm gonna look into the potential application that you could contribute to, but I also wanted to make sure that I share how we actually contribute to a particular Hacktoberfest issue. So let's say we got another label, Hacktoberfest, and let's see what we have here. So we got weather app. I think a lot of people are going to just create these applications for sure. Toggle core, save events in the fried meat. Okay. Feature flags. How composer? No, it's Python. How can I search GitHub search issues by JavaScript? How do I do that? So if I search by language, what do I do? I'm gonna increase this. I'm gonna actually increase the whole zoom level to 150%. All right, so we have language, search by language, and that says language. So we just need to say language JavaScript here. So we say language JavaScript, and that means now it's gonna start showing everything that is related to JavaScript. So we got something like meme yogi, which is what? This is the backend of a social media platform to share memes. Okay. Interesting. We have designed React Kit, code coverage report from CI on local PR. Anybody competitive programming here? Not me. Not me at all. Prepare documentation. A demo interface breaks the mobile resolution. Okay, this one has some issues here. A few demo interface breaks. Has there been any? All right, let's see. I think this is a potential good thing. Describe the bug. These demos are breaking in a smaller resolution. Picture in picture. So this is breaking in a smaller resolution. Why does it break in a smaller resolution? Seems okay to me. Oh, interesting. This is cool. What? Why didn't I see this thing here? Did I miss it? Am I blind? It seems okay to me. Seems okay to me. Let's see. Sorry, Ahsan is the competitive programmer. No, I'm not. I'm actually not. If you think competitive or being competitive is competing with myself, then maybe, oh, there we go. Now you see. So we got some issues. Oh, all right. There we go. Let's try to fix this one. So I'm gonna first say I'm gonna fix this. Please do not pick this issue, everyone. I'm working on should I be typing in capital letters here? I actually need to set my zoom settings. Let's say zoom for you folks, page zoom, so it's gonna be 150%, so you see everything big. All right, I'm gonna say can I scream here? I am working on this. Please do not pick this one. All right, is that cool? All right, cool. Let's say I also first I'm gonna comment this, then I'm gonna edit this, because otherwise someone else is gonna pick this. All right, so this is gonna be fun. Okay, where was the other one that I picked earlier? Yeah, this one. Because I want to actually copy this. All right, let's go. So this is the link. Just please guys, if any one of you pick this issue before me and create a PR, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find where you live and I'm gonna come there then. Haku-san, welcome to CodeWithAhsan. Thank you so much for the follow. This is the API. You comedy me? I'm hell serious, man. Yeah, don't mess with me. No. All right, so this is the repository. I shared the link on Twitch. Try, if you want, pick some other issue. If you pick the issue that I've picked, this is war then. So I'm gonna try to fix this one. Okay, so how do we get started? First of all, let's see what package or what version of Node.js do they have. Maybe I think it's gonna be really simple. So let's see, do we have package.json? Yes, we do. I'm going to zoom this a bit so all of you can see this. So it seems like we don't have any limitation of node version, so we're not going to do that. Now the first step. I followed just so you say you can't play with Chrome Zoom. I can actually. I can, definitely can. All right. So the first thing, we need to fork this. So what you do is that you click this fork button, because you cannot push directly to a repository that you don't have the access to. Come to my house, I bet I won't tickle my sleeve. Okay. All right. I see you. So you fork this and then you select where you want to fork this. I'm gonna fork this into my own account. Let's say Web APS Playground. When you do this, it is going to create a copy of this exact repository, but in your account. So now you have the access to push to this repository and do whatever you want to do. All right, so now what we want is, now that we have cloned this or forked this, we need to clone this into our machine. So now you will see that the URL becomes github.com/ahsanias, because it's my account. So you have to fork this first and then you have to clone it. So you clone this and then you go ahead and you do what you want to do. So I'll do desktop. I think I have a folder called contributions. And here I do git clone this link. So we got this cloned into our machine now. And now I have it, I can just open it like this. So I will say web APIs playground, and this should open this into my code editor. Yeah, I trust the authors, that's me. So I'm gonna close this guy here and open this. And now let's see. So I'm gonna close this window as well. And now let's try to code this. So first of all, when you clone a project, you need to make sure that you install the dependencies. This repository has this yarn log file, so we know that we can install it via yarn. So we're gonna just run yarn and see if everything works fine for the other projects. So I'm gonna create, the thing is that the issue that they have mentioned, they have a lot of things to cover. So there is an issue. I see you here. I see you here. All right. So let's say picture in picture. First, let's pick that one. See what this is about. So the dimensions, UI shouldn't break in responsive mode. So this shouldn't be happening. So that means that we have some CSS issue right there. So one of the things is that this image, this is perhaps causing this issue where we have a smaller resolution. That is not me. Okay. All right. I can't trace you for some reason. I am Yahoo, but I trust in you. Or maybe I don't. We'll see. So in package.json, we have this script that we should be running, which is the dev script. So we'll say yarn dev, and this should bring up the server to us. It is asking me for permission. So I'm going to quickly give this the permission that they need. And now we have started the server. This is a Next.js based application, which means that it's gonna use React. I also saw Tailwind somewhere, so I think it's also using the Tailwind CSS. Yeah, I see the Tailwind config here. So yeah, they are using Tailwind CSS for sure. So we're gonna see what the project looks like, where does it break, blah blah blah. So let's see. So here there are a lot of windows. So I'm gonna start closing those actually. I'll close this. Close this as well. React Kit, was this the one that we picked? No, we got this one. We got this one. Close this. I hate this. No. And there we go. All right, localhost 3000. So here the app should be running. Mohammed, where are you from? I'm originally from Pakistan. Right now I am in Stockholm, Sweden. That is what it is. So the first one was, what was that? The picture in picture. All right. So the picture in picture, which is this one, it should be picture. This is the one. All right. So if I open this, this is, I think, Stackblitz, or is this demo right here? Yeah, it is right here. So let's see. So when we inspect this into a sort of, if we say responsive, this looks, oh no, it doesn't look fine. And the only thing that I can see is causing the trouble is this guy here. So this probably has a width which is not flexible enough. So they're getting this from here. All right, let's see if we can find this code here. So we got this here, which is this guy. So we have a video which is centered, but this is only and I think you should be able to see most of the code. So I'm gonna kind of bring this a bit down. I watch another YouTube from Sweden. Cool everyone. All right, so the problem is this video does not get shrinked in mobile responsiveness. So let's say if we are talking about an iPhone X, this is how it would look. So an iPhone X has a width of 375 pixel versus 812 height. So this is the width and this is the height. What we want to do is to be able to for this to be flexible. So this video is not flexible for some reason, and this center, let's say if this had to take a width of a width of 100%, which means that this would take exactly the same width as this one. And if we give this fork a width of 100% as well, then you see that the problem is essentially solved. The only reason that we have this this is still going outside, if we have a quick look at the page, is probably because this has a margin, or either this has a margin or actually this has a margin. So if we give this a margin of 0, then this becomes this becomes solved, right? So this is how you would essentially see. Check issue. Has someone already contributed to this? Don't say. You comedy me. What would this do? Cool. I get you. Cool. The maintainer of this repository would be so flattered that there are so many people coming on this one. All right. So we potentially solved the issue by doing something. One is that we made sure that this takes a maximum width of this, and secondly, we remove the margin. Once we do that, the width automatically, if we don't give this width 100%, you see we still have an issue. So this needs these two things to be able to work with. Now, in order to work on something with responsiveness, we need to implement some media queries. Karilos T, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to CodeWithAhsan. Camus, if I'm pronouncing the name right. Welcome to CodeWithAhsan. Haku-san, welcome to CodeWithAhsan as well. We are going through Hacktoberfest. We are going through some issues, and we are trying to contribute to those issues. So let's talk about these things. First of all, what we want to do is, I'm not sure if we have so Tailwind. I would have to learn Tailwind CSS for this, and this is what I actually didn't want. So let's say Tailwind CSS margin 0 on lower on small screens. How do we do that? There we go. So we have margin 0 for some reason. Do we have something that we can say it only applies to small screens? Responsive design maybe. So how do we do that then? Breakpoint prefix. So we say SM, and that would means that maximum width would be 640 pixel. Do we have anything as in access? No, we don't. So we have SM. So that means we can do something like, we can do something like MD or SM. So let's say if I give this something like SM margin 0, would that fix this? Would that fix the demo in that case? So if I refresh this, you see that this folk here should have a margin 0, or is it TW margin 0? No, I don't see this. Now I'm going to try to figure out how this works. You gave an issue. You gave an issue on this one? What issue? What issue are we talking about, Yahoo? All right, this is gonna be fun. So we have MD, which is SM, and then we have width 24. How interesting. I'm gonna also open margin so we know what we are talking about. So let's say we say margin. Add margin to a single side, horizontal margin, vertical margin, margin to all sides. Default margins are removed. So we do M/-8. Control the margin on all sides, blah blah blah. Okay. Responsive, so it's MD MY. So I was doing the same thing, right? I said SM, and then I said margin 0, and this didn't work. Did this work? No. Tailwind prefix. So they are using the tailwind prefix TW-Z-, which means that we need to do something like TW blah blah blah. So TWM0. That should work, but then didn't work. Why didn't it work? So we have TW-M-4, but the thing is I don't even see my class being applied here. So if I say something like SM, would this work? Let's see. So in this case, this is not applying. I'm gonna change this to responsive. and see what happens. So what I can see is that that class doesn't apply at all. We have something here now. Oh, okay. Let's see. You from Stockholm? There an airport there? Yes, it is. There's an airport that's called Arlanda Airport, and that's quite near to us. I can reach there in one hour max using a bus. So this should work. I don't know why doesn't that work. So let's see. Tailwind, CSS, margin 0 on small screen. All right, let's see. Container, padding, margin, tailwind, CSS. And there we have .m0, which means margin 0, but that doesn't apply to this for some reason. If I just say twm0, would that work? Would that override this initial margin? I mean, it should, right? If it doesn't, then I'm going to be really mad. So we have twm0, then twm0 here. And the first one is overriding the second one. So if I change the sequence from here, what would that mean then? Would that mean we're gonna use the twm0? No, that's weird. That's weird. That's really weird. So we have this global dot CSS here, and we have some styles here. We don't have TW here at all, and this is global.css. Interesting. What? All right, this is confusing. Let's see. This is how you code. So this is global CSS, align self-centered 3, and this is also line 3. This is all line. So the source map are not correct at all. That's what I can quickly see. TWM2, M4, so we have TWM4 applying afterwards, then we have TWM0 being applying first, and if I apply those two, then all right, and if I apply SM, then it doesn't even work because I don't know. So if I just remove this guy here, what would happen? In this case, we have SM TWM2. So if I go forward, does that apply? Interesting. So it's minimum width, it's not maximum width. All right. So that's a weird name. I don't know why Swedes gave the name. If you replace the margin with padding, is that it's gonna fix? No. It seems like what we need is a maximum width, and this is a minimum width. So we don't want that. What we want in responsiveness is to have something that can go below this SM. So it's minimum width. I don't know why I read maximum width. I have no clue. So what we need here is we need to say margin 0 first. Then we need to say something like minimum or medium TWM4. So let's try this now. We refresh, and hopefully this would be compiled and run successfully. So by default the width would be 0, but when it comes to the medium view, then it's gonna start increasing. So let's try this. Let's rerun this. I don't know why this stopped. Understanding code base is very time consuming work. Yes, it is. And the more hardworking your PR is, the more good you feel, in short. All right, let's see. So we got this person here. Let's see. So in this case, we're gonna make this responsive to pixel 2. And I don't know why, but I should be zooming out. Let's remove this. Let's go back. Let's go to 100% here. And now let's see how this would work. So on responsiveness here, you can see that when we go down, we have no margin. So our problem is solved. Whatever we were trying to do, that is solved. See, at this point, we have a margin. And this margin you can see on both left and right. So we have this orange spacing, right? If I go down a bit, and now if I mouse over it, you don't see that spacing. So what's happening here is that, to make you understand, we have said that, hey, by default, this is gonna have 0 margin. And this is default. But then we are saying whenever the resolution is medium, or we could also say small as well. But whenever the resolution is small, which means that it has a minimum width of 640 pixel, then we are gonna start adding this margin 4 to it. And that's what we are doing right now. So by default, it's 0. So it starts from here, no margin. By default, it's 0. But if you increase the width to 640 pixel or above, you will see that exactly at 640 pixel, it's gonna have, sorry, is it 640 pixel or is it something else? So it's a small 640 pixel. Unless they have changed the breakpoints. So here we don't have, all right. Let me see. So here we don't have any margin on this video, but if I increase this further, now you can see. So here, this is, at this point we have 637, right? 637, no margin. You can see here we have margin as a dash, no margins at all. But if I increase to 640, you can see that now we got the margin, and that's what I'm talking about. So by default, no margin, but from 640 and onwards, we got a margin. So that's what we wanted as a code as well. So now here, if I bring this down, you see no margin, that is good. But then also we need to apply the width as well. So let's say we have a width here. So let's search for width. Width is fixed width, min width, max width, blah, blah, blah. So let's say we have width. Can we go with percentage? We have width auto, we have screen width, entire width of the viewport. This is what we want. We want screen width by default, but then also we want some sort of different width, which is whatever we have. So let's see. So we have width blah 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 blah, fluid width. So we have fraction or width full. Okay. All right. Let's see. So let's make it responsive in a way that by default, we say that this video has a full width. So we say TW width screen. And let's save this and see how this looks. So if I do this, you see that it now completely fills the width even on higher screens. By default, this wasn't the case. So if I don't do that, you can see that on the large screens, it is not the case. But if I do this, TW width screen, now that's the case. Now we don't want this to be exactly the case when it's increasing, because that's too much. That's kind of changing the way it was before. So what we could do is, for the width, we could have something like width of half or 50%. So let's do that. But for 50%, we are going to say from small onwards, it's going to be 50%. So it's going to be TW dash width half. So when we do this, let's see what happens. So here it's taking full width. All right. Then when we go above this 640, see what happens. It shrinks down. All right. Do you get the idea? And now if I keep increasing this, this is fluid. It is taking at least half of the width of the entire screen. So if I increase this to, let's say, further, something like this, it's going to keep increasing. So we have a really good fluent width. Is everyone with me? I'm just learning Tailwind CSS with you right now. I haven't learned it before, but I'm learning it right now. So I think this problem is solved. So we don't have any issues with this one. Now let's talk about fixing other things as well. So we got other issues, and I hope no one has picked this issue. because that happened. All right, no one has picked this issue. So the next one is file system API. So let's try that out. So the next one is file system API. So I'm gonna go back to a normal view. I'm gonna go back here, and then let's go to file system API. And let's see the issue again. What was the issue with file system API? Broadcast, blah 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 blah. All right, and they have also given this information for smartphone. So for smartphone, pick iPhone 6, browser, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, so when we tested out the last version, which was the picture-in-picture, no, go back, picture-in-picture. Did we select iPhone 8? No. Let's pick iPhone 8 to make sure that we are working on the exact. Yeah, I think we are good. How do I make my site resize for phones? This is exactly how you do that. By default, you have to make sure that you are not giving fixed widths to any of the elements. So if you do so, then you are saying that, hey, this is the fixed width. Now if someone else changes or someone else with a different phone opens your application, then they're going to be confused because you have a fixed width. So we always keep this fluid in terms of percentages or in terms of taking the full screen. That's how we do it. Hope that makes sense. So let's talk about the next issue, which is this which one exactly? The file system API. So let's try this in the phone as well. So here you see that we have these button issues, so we can just center them. I think that's no big deal. I don't know why this text image is broken, but let's quickly fix that. So we are gonna go into demos and we're gonna pick the file system API, this guy here, and then we're gonna try to search select a text file. Select a text file. Here we have. So here what we need to do is we have this flex column. We have item center, justify center. But we also need to make sure that when we have a smaller screen, then we have to make sure that this is reversed, so to say. So by default, let's see. So we got flex, then we got flex column. Okay, let's try to search the flex here. So let's see, we got flex here. So we have flex 1, flex auto, flex initial, flex null. No, we don't need that. We got flex direction. We need to set that. So by default, we're gonna say it's flex column. Okay. Which it is. So it's flex column, but then we have item center and justify content. Interesting. Let's see. So here we got the flex direction set to column, which means that this is this guy here. No, not this guy. This guy here should have a flex direction column, which it has. Align items is center. Okay. Then we have justify content centered as well for these ones. Oh, so the problem here is that they have applied this style for these two buttons, but they have not had two different elements or these buttons as flex. So we need to give this same thing here as well. So I'm gonna just put this here, put these classes here, but then that would mean that if I refresh now, let's see what happens. So we got this guy here, we got this text file button, so we got button here. This is a display flex, so we need to give this a display flex as well, or display flex. Let's see, so it's flex, so we need to give this class a TW flex as well. Refresh, see this. So now you see that this is now centered, if I'm not incorrect. So this guy here, and this is right now okay. All right, so this is a display flex. We got flex direction column, which is good. We got justify content center and align item center as well. But what I'm not understanding is, oh, we got this margin here as well. That is a problem. the margin left. Let's see. So margin left 15 pixels. We don't actually want this. This is a problem. All right, let's see. Because here what they are doing in the code is, how do I make my site resize for phones? I already answered that, so no problems with that. We have Tailwind being used here, but then we are also using this JavaScript or these hard-coded styles. So we don't actually want this to happen. So what we'll do is we are going to remove this style from here, from this button, and we're going to use a class here. So class name here, we're going to say something like TW. How do we give a margin left? Let's try to see from here. So margin left, which is this guy here. So we got single site, which is ML. So let's say we're gonna give something like TWML2. Let's see how this looks like here. So now you see that we have this sort of margin here. Let's make it a ML4. Let's see. All right, now this looks like before. So what we are going to say here is that it's gonna take a TWML0 by default, but then from small screen onwards it's gonna take ML4. So now you will see that this has no margin by default, and then if I increase the width, then it will start to take those values. So let me quickly fix that. So here I'm gonna take these classes, and then here I'm gonna say this is by default the values, but from small, from small, these are just the classes that we have by default. So from the small world, we are going to say this is gonna be TW flags row. Let's see. So now we have what we were expecting before. By default, it's gonna show like this. So this is a desktop view. In the desktop view, we have the first button, but the second button with the margin. But if I smaller down the scope here, you will see that in the small scope, so we are now at 640. If we go any further down, these classes will start to kick in, where we have flex column and not the flex row. So this class will not matter anymore. Right now you can see that this style is being applied right here. But if I go further down, you will see that that style gets removed. Boom, that style is gone. So now we have this here, but this is also a bit ugly because they don't have any spacing between them. So what we should be doing here is that we should add another class here, and then we should call that by default that it should have a margin of something from top. So let's do that. So here this button by default has a margin left 0, gets a margin 4, but this should have by default a margin top of 4, but from the small world it's gonna take a margin of 0. So see, now we have the margin, but now that we have added this margin, if I increase the view, you will see that this margin also comes here in the big view, and that is how it works. So you might be looking at this code and be like, oh, what's happening? But the thing is that we have changed it for the smaller view. Now we have to fix it for the big view. So for the small view, you see that this button right here says that I'm gonna take a margin top of 4. But what about the big view? So we also need to add one more class for this one. So by default it's 4, but from small onwards it's gonna take tw-m top 0. So for small and above, it's gonna take a 0. So now you see that if I increase this, we will not see that margin. Boom, we are on the right track. Sidban says, why you didn't use the gap property? What is a gap property? Do we have something called gap as well? I don't know. What is the gap property? Changing row and column gaps independently. We could use gap if that works. I don't know. I didn't know about this one. But that actually works with grids. That doesn't work with flex, right? I don't see it working with flex. Flex gap. Can I search flex gap? I think it's a part of flex gap. Grids and flexbox item. It says it works between flexbox as well. Okay, then I didn't know about that. So we have grid here. Okay, let's see. So if we do a gap, then we probably don't have to do this as well. So we can simply say something like gap tw gap 4. So if we do this, let's see what happens. Isn't that what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to write gap 4, right? So if I say gap 0, that's 0 pixel. If I say gap 0.5, it's REM. If I say gap 3, that is 0.5 REM. If I say gap 4, that is 1 REM. So I said gap 4, but it didn't work. Oh, I think I have to apply this here and not exactly there. Yeah, let me do that. It should be here, I think, right? So let's see. Yeah, it works. Cool. So if we have a gap 4 here, you can see that it uses some magic with this gap of REM. And now if I do this, cool, it works. Thank you so much for the suggestion, Sid. Cool. I didn't know about this one. So instead of handling all of that using those complex techniques that I knew, we had a simpler version. So you learn something every day. That's cool. Cool. And we have then this guy here, which is the file name or content. I'm not sure actually. I think it's the content. So maybe we need some gap here for sure. So, or not gap, but at least a margin. So let's add that here. So maybe a margin top of 4 at least. Yeah, to have some gap. Cool. So I think now we're good with this one as well. I don't see this breaking. So this is a second one. One more thing I see is that this is not, this has no margin when it comes to a smaller space. So I think when it's here, maybe it should have, I'm thinking now. Or maybe we don't need that. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let's see. These folks have margin, which is this one, this one, this one. Let's see. These folks have some sort of margin that we have. But then when it comes to this particular div, where we have the text, we just have a padding and we don't have margin. All right. TW text center is this one. Then we have this one. TW justify center, item center, TW flags. Yeah, I'm just thinking, because the thing is that if I wanted to get this text here, yeah, I can use the same classes here. So let's copy this. Let's paste this here, which is this text. We want that to have some sort of margin at least, or some sort of centered content. So we need this guy to be removed maybe. Let's see. Can you do a video about React Bootstrap, sir? Yes, I can, definitely. Yes, I can. Let's see where we have this text actually. Text. Select a text file. You got this guy here, this guy. Where is this text coming from? Only for Chromium based browsers. Where is this coming from? It's coming from here, the demo.js. Okay. Then in the file system API. Okay, then that means that that's another component. All right, I'm not gonna touch that. So let's see, we have this one. All right, let's move to the next issue, or the next demo that we have as an issue. The maintainer commented, this is fun. All right, let's talk about the next one. We have broadcast channel, and the broadcast channel is this one. It has what exactly? I think it's the text, right? All right, we have the text, I think, broadcast and the text, this guy here. We should actually have this text have some margin, and I think I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that. So let's see if we can get to where this is being used. So we have this description, demos, blah 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 blah, broadcast channel, which is this one. All right, so this is the this is the demo SEO. Where do we have the message? Sender, receiver, no. So in this picture, where we have this video element, we have this PTB demo, whatever that is. Then we have this init. This init essentially says video, blah 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 blah. So we don't want that. In this guy here, we have this video, we have added picture and picture, and this is the lorem. What? Only from Chromium based browsers. Let's see what element this guy has. So this doesn't have any particular class within that. Let's see, where do we have this? So we have demo info, and this is where we have this information. So we need to update this. And Bilal, thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry I didn't shout out your name. Grippuff, thank you so much for the follow. Reach MGS, thank you so much for the follow. I'm gonna increase the volume a bit. I'm not hearing a lot of things. Cool. Awesome. Walaikum assalam, Nabil. How's it going? Hi X786. Hey, how's it going? Well, sir, what about Hacktober? Hacktoberfest is something that we are doing right now. So Hacktoberfest is this whole fest where we contribute to different open source projects. And right now we are doing that. We are actually contributing live to a project where we have some issues in a particular application with respect to responsiveness. And we are right now working on an application with Tailwind CSS, with Next.js, and yep, that's what we are doing right now. Did I close the VLC media player? Maybe. Ooh, it just crashed. Would you like to send a report to the bug team? No, I do not. All right, so let's fix this thing. Let's fix this whole issue that we have been talking about, and let's see how this goes. Cool. So I'm gonna go back here, and this is the exact code where we have to fix this issue. So what we need here is exactly that we need some sort of margin here. So we're gonna say something like TW margin, and let's say 4. And this is going to be margin horizontal. So I'm gonna just save this without formatting. So here, okay, what did I change? If I remove this, what would happen? Refresh. Let's see. I do this, refresh. All right, nothing's happening in this case. If I go down to this resolution, then it becomes a problem where we have this as a mobile device. So we are using iPhone 7, 8, 6 or 6, 7, 8 for this example. So I'm gonna go here, put back what we just did. I'm gonna save this, and then let's see what happens. So here now you see we have a really good margin. It looks good on the phone, and yeah, I think most of the code would not have this issue anymore. So I think we have done a really good job in this particular ticket. Let's say if we go back to the view here, it also looks good. So we don't have any issues. On the smaller screen, it looks really good. Maverick Twitch says, hello, are you from Pakistan? Yes, originally I'm from Pakistan. I'm from Karachi, which is a really awesome city to live in. Caps. And right now I've been in Sweden for about 2 years. So I'm originally from there, but it has not been much time since I'm here in Sweden. All right, everyone, I'm gonna take a really quick break since we have been focusing on this for quite a lot of time. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go and refill this glass of water, and I'm also gonna run a really quick advertisement. So I'll be right back in about 3 minutes, and I'll see you then. And then we'll try to fix other issues that we have. So we have fixed 1, 2 issues, and I'm gonna fix the other 3 as well. Hi says, can fake please come back? Yes, I'm gonna come back as well. All right. Usman Ghani says, hello Ahsan, hello to you too. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Just wait about 3 minutes and I'll be right back. Hello, hello, and my camera died. There we go. Let's change the batteries. And let's move to. All right. Back. Maverick Twitch has followed. I think I had another Maverick Twitch in the chat even before, but that's interesting. Anyways, welcome. All right, let's go. Let's talk about moving forward with the rest of the cases. Actually, I went to get a glass of water, but I got tea instead because tea is awesome. Let's code. Cool. Broadcast channel. What was the issue here? Some messages. Okay. Some text. Okay. That works. So let's fix that. Let's go to broadcast, which is this guy here. We got some message issue here. So you can see that at least the top one is okay, but this guy has no idea what should be here. So we're gonna try to find this code. And we're gonna try to fix this. So we're gonna try to find this in the whole repository. We find this is here, and we'll try to do the same thing as we did with this folk here. So you're gonna apply the same classes here for both of these. So we're gonna say here class name, and then here we're gonna give these class. We go here and boom, cool. I'm gonna check all of the DMs after the stream. I don't usually check my stream or my DMs during, so maybe not right now, but maybe towards the end at least, once we are done with this issue, because I'm really trying to get these done. So we got this folk here that is fixed. Then we have what other things? So we have start the stream, switch off. Was that part of the same? No. So all right, let's actually try these as well. Send a message. What is the receiver? The broadcast channel's name channel allows communication between different documents, different windows, tabs, frames of the same origin. Open this page in a new tab and then hit send message button from one tab to receive the message in another tab. So this is fun. Let's try to duplicate this, get one out, and see if this actually works in the second one. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna kind of shrink this down for you, so we can see both of these values here. So send a message here and it says wonderful. If I send a message here, from here, it says I'm wonderful. If I click again, what would happen? So I have no clue what this does, but what I've seen is that if I just not open anything, then I send something, I don't receive anything back. Does my website work? HTTP Yahoo website ML. The thing is, you have still HTTP in your URL. It should be HTTPS, I think, but maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna try it later. So let's see if I do this, it still works. I don't know what this does, but at least our issues are fixed. All right. Let's see what other issues we had. So we have one more or two more, which is vibration API. Didn't we just fix the vibration API? No, this is the broadcast API. Let's see the vibration API. So here we have vibration. Most modern mobile devices include vibration hardware, which lets software code provide physical feedback to the user by causing the device to shake. Zzz. No, it doesn't work on the PC. It should only work on this. I don't know how to get registered to use HTTPS. I think what you can do is you can deploy to netlify.com. Go there and try to deploy your website there. And what would happen is that they give you a certificate by default. So you should be able to see that certificate and work with that without any issues. Where's the chat? There's the chat. There's a netlify.com, and make sure to go there. Awesome. Now let's see. This is the same text. We have the start stop vibration. Oh, we didn't test the previous example on phone. So let's try that as well. Or maybe we did. We had the file system API that is working fine. Then we also checked the broadcast API. Let's try this. This works fine on mobile. No problems at all. Send message. Blah blah blah. I'm wonderful. Cool. So this received a message on this channel. Cool. Now let's go back and let's go to the vibration API. The vibration API here and see how this looks on a mobile. So this looks exactly like the problem that we discussed. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put this code right on this text. So we're gonna try to search this. You see that now that I'm familiar with this code base, it has become really easy for me, right? Previously, I was taking a lot of times to fix only one issue, and now you can see that we are taking absolutely no time in to fix all these things. It has become really easy and natural to us, and that is what happens. You spend a bit more time in the beginning, and then you get it easier. You say Vercel. Yeah, you could also use Vercel. I'm not sure about Vercel if it provides you the HTTP certificate, but for instance, I didn't need to have any sort of HTTP certificate for my website, which is https asanias.com. So I've deployed this site to Netlify, and my Netlify server already provides this certificate, the SSL certificate to us, and this is provided by Netlify for free. So if you deploy your website to Netlify, you definitely get this certificate by default. If I don't know Vercel does that or not, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, getting back to the issue, so we can do the same thing here. Once we do this, this should work. Open this page in a new tab. No, this wasn't the one, right? This is the broadcast channel, and what are we in? Web APIs. All right, so we need to copy this. We need to go into finding this, the vibration API works. So we are gonna say the vibration API works, and we get this guy here, and we just need to apply some style to this p tag, and that should work. All right, boom, this is fixed. The only thing that I see is it's not exactly the same as the above one, so maybe we need to give this p another class like this, and now this is quite aligned with this one. Otherwise it wasn't actually aligned, so it wasn't looking good to me. So let's do that the same for broadcast channel as well. I'm gonna give this a pixel one. Gonna try this as well, broadcast API. Gonna make sure they both look the same. No, they don't for some reason. Let's see. So we got this guy here with the p tag. Now they do. It looks like it was just compiling. All right, cool. Now we got this. Cool. Now they look the same. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is that I don't want these to be, the margin to not be, yeah, it shouldn't be just, it should be just left and right and not top and bottom. So I'm gonna fix that. Shouldn't that be margin vertical? Or no, it should be margin horizontal 4. My bad. Please be correct. Fix yourself. Will you please fix yourself? No. Let's see. I gave you a margin horizontal. I'm gonna try to search margin horizontal, which is X. My bad. It's MX. So MX. All right, now this is fixed. So this doesn't have why does this have a margin of top and bottom? Interesting. Margin left and margin right is giving from here. The padding is coming from here. The margin on this whole body, is it coming from MX? No, it's max width. That's fine. Is it coming from max width? Maybe, but the width is not exactly that. So we got this guy, this guy, this guy, but this is getting the margin from somewhere. Let's see. Margin's coming 16. If I go to computed style, if I go to margin left, it's 16 pixel, but where is it coming from? If I go to margin top, this is 5 pixel. No, the margin top, margin top, margin top. There's no margin top, but there's margin block end and block start. Where is this coming from? This is coming from here actually. Interesting. What I want to do is I want to have this as TW margin 0 and then MX4, and let's see what happens then. Now, would this fix this? Maybe. So it's broadcast channel. I'm on the right one. All right, this fixed it. So we don't want any top and bottom margin. Or maybe we do. I don't know actually. I'm gonna remove this. No. All right. Website should go to Netlify. Now you want to try. We don't need hosting, only with domain we can work out with it. You could work out with it via domain, but how would you show it? I mean, you need hosting. So you could use either Netlify, or you could buy your SSL certificate on your domain as well. It depends on you. Totally depends on you. All right, so now that we have this, I'm gonna copy this, make sure that we have the same on vibration. It's exactly the same. Cool. And what else? So this is working for the broadcast. We got the vibration API. We go there, we see this also works exactly on the same one. We don't have any issues with there as well. Let's see what it was showing here before. So for the broadcast, it was this. For the vibration, it was this as well. This is, I don't know for which one. I think it's for the last one, which is image capture. So let's go to demos and image capture, which is this guy here. Close all the other tabs. We want things to be clean. Let's move this. And now let's see how this image capture looks like. So we got image capture, try it, and this is how it looks. So the buttons, they are not exactly great. So we can use the gap technique that Raja told us. So let's go with that. There we go. Cool. So we got the button that says start stream, and this is using a padding, but we have TW gap 4. So we do that. Let's see what happens. Is it compiling? No, it's not compiling. Which means that there is some issue with the structure itself. So here we got flags and all that, but inside that we have then this, we have this guy here with the padding 5, but it doesn't have any sort of gaps within that. So maybe what we need to do is, we need to be able to have some sort of alignment in that. So we're gonna give this guy, first of all, we're gonna remove this padding. We don't want that. Then we're gonna start by class name, and we are gonna say TW flags, and then we are gonna say TW gap 4. Just gonna save this, so you see now this is that. Now we're gonna say something like this. So TW flags call, blah blah blah, and now you see this. The thing is that we don't actually want columns, so we might want to go with row, but we also want to be able to sort of wrap around it. Setting up a site is annoying. It is. It definitely is. It took me a lot of time when I initially did that, you know. So setting up site, it's definitely annoying. So how do we make sure that they take their space, which they should, and then they kind of go ahead with. So first of all, I'm going to say padding X should be 4, let's say. So we got the padding right on the left and right. We do want to make sure that they wrap. So we're going to search for flex wrap, and here we got some ideas. So flex wrap should be wrap, and we just need to apply this clause. So tw-flex wrap, save. We should be good. So you see that now we have these two these two rows, if we don't put this flex wrap, see what happens. So if I remove this, see what happens. They come in the same line. What we want is we should be able to just directly have these two divs here, and then we should be using them. So let's do this, and now you see that we got these values. However, I think one of the things that I need to change maybe is the gap, flex gap. I think the flex gap for some reason is not really good when it comes to vertical spacing. Maybe it should be lesser, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's too much, or maybe I'm overthinking it. Not sure. When it's column, we don't want this to be centered, so we want this to be something like this. So let's see. So we're gonna say this. That didn't work, so we're gonna remove this guy here. Yeah, this is much better, I think, or maybe not. Yeah, I think this is good. Start the stream. It would ask me for my camera and then will fail immediately because the camera will not be available. Yes, because my camera is right now being used here. Which site do you think is the best to get a domain? I personally use GoDaddy, godaddy.com. So I think that's a really good one. I have not tried anything else, to be honest. So let's see. So this is center one. I also want to give this guy a margin as well. You know, this feels a bit weird for some reason. I don't know. Or at least have some sort of margin, right? Yeah, I'm gonna give this a margin. So this is the video. This is gonna take a sort of margin. So this is gonna be something like TW margin 4 initially, but then from small and onward it would be margin 0, let's say. All right, something like this. So now it feels a bit better to me somehow. So if I remove this, then you don't need a margin, then you're fine. But here, yeah, you need a bit of margin, right? So I think we're good here. We actually were able to fix all of these issues that they had. So let's see. I think we are actually done with all of the issues. Let's see. So the final one was this guy here. Were there any other instructions that we wanted to see? No, I think this is good. Cool, awesome. Let's go. So I think we got the oopsie. I want this debug console back there. Cool. All right, so now it's time for us to commit this code and finally say, yay, we have contributed to something. So when you do that, you have to make sure a couple of things. First, you don't change anything unnecessarily. So these are the changes that I did. I don't know why they are there. So I'm not going to be pushing this yarn.lock. So I'm going to revert this as it is. With other files, I will push the change. So I'm going to review them one by one, and then I'm going to create a commit. So first of all, I'm going to go here, check the demo file. So what we changed was this, the margin. I'm going to add that. Then we have this file where we changed these classes. I'm going to add that. Then we had this file change where we had this button gap, blah, blah, blah. Then we added this class name. Now see that this class name that I added, this has no use. And I think you cannot see it because it's way forward. So I'm gonna make it easier for you to see. There you go. So here you see that on this file, which is the file system API file, you see that we have this change, which is the class name, and there is no class assigned to it, so it's useless. So I don't want to push some change that is useless. So I'm gonna go and essentially open this file, which is this file, search class name, and you can see that this is our change. So I'm gonna remove this. It is always a good idea to review your changes before you push it to either your own repository or to someone else's, especially if you're if you're doing it for someone else. All right, so always make sure that you review it. So here there were no issues. I think we are good. Image file name, class name, blah blah blah. There are some style changes that have happened, but I'm not too worried about those. The classes, they are good. I'm gonna add this file. Then we have this index page demo, the image capture one. So for the image capture one, we removed the style padding because we added this padding, so we are good there. Actually, we are not good because this was padding applied from everywhere and we have set X here. So I'm gonna just remove the X. So that means padding 4, which is okay. So I'm gonna save this. Let's see what else we have. All right, so that was a change. Then we had this change. We added some styles to here. And then we also have some changes here, which are not too big. So I think we're good. No problems here. So adding this file as well. Now let's see what change we had in this video. So we added some classes here. That's cool. Then we also have a lot of changes into the other file as well because of the prettier extension. I'm not sure if I should be pushing all of this because I just changed one line and now I have too many file changes. Picture in picture. That's what I'm talking about. So maybe, I don't know. Do we have prettier installed in here? We do have prettier installed, but then why don't we use that? Arrow parenthesis, semi-true, tab width 2. They don't have the rule for maximum width, and that's why it's causing an issue. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just go here. I'm gonna copy this code, the thing that I have changed. Just gonna copy this and I'm gonna revert the rest of the code because we don't have that. We don't need that. We haven't changed anything else, I think. Yeah, I can see we have not changed anything else. So I'm gonna revert this actually and then do a picture in picture again, which was this guy here. And then I'll just update the video element that I just copied. So this is the one. I'm just gonna save this without formatting. So I'm gonna press Ctrl+Shift+P, format without saving, and then this is saved. And now if I see the changes, this is the only change that I have. We don't have any other changes. All right, so I hope you see where I'm going with this. No other changes, so that's good. I'm gonna add this, and this makes it easier for the person who is reviewing your PR to easily review this. Otherwise they would be like, what the hell, why do we have so many changes in the files? So now that we have that, let's see this final change. We have no changes whatsoever, so I'm gonna add that as well. Finally, we are about to create a PR. So we are gonna first create a branch for it. So you do that by doing git checkout b, which means we are creating a new branch because we don't want to push to master. All right, right now we are at master. So if you check git branch, you will see that we are at master. And we should never be pushing to master directly. So what we'll do here is that we'll say something like git checkout b. Then we'll give this a branch name. Since this is a branch for fixing something, we're gonna use a prefix of fix. Then we'll say slash, and then we'll talk about what the issue is. So one of the practices is that you can copy the issue number, which is issue 53 here. So we can simply say issue-53- and then we can talk about what this is. So it is few demo interface breaks the mobile resolution. So we can say demos breaking on mobile. Yeah, demos UI or few demos UI breaking on mobile. So this is a really good branch name. It makes it easier for the reviewer or for the person who maintains this repository to know, okay, this is the branch name, this is what it's doing. So when you do this, we are now switched to a new branch, which is this exact whole name, including the fixed keyword. So this is the whole name of the branch. Now that I have this, I can just, since I have already added this code via this source control tab from VS Code, now I can, if you want, you can simply do git add dot, and this would exactly do the same thing. For instance, if I remove them from the changes, I can now do git add dot, and this will still put this again into the stage changes. So if I see, now you can see that this is staged and now this is ready to be pushed. So I'll say git commit, then I'm saying -m, which means that I can provide a message here. The good idea here is to follow a practice which most standard companies usually follow, and that is you first define the type of what sort of git commit it is. So actually, let me quickly go to my Twitch dashboard so I can clip this as well. Cool. So a really good idea for commits is to follow the conventions, the standard convention. First, you type the type of this commit. So this is a fix, so I'm gonna say fix. Then you define the scope of this fix. So for this one, this is demos. Then I'm gonna say column, and then I'm going to define in one liner what is this fix is about. And I'm going to say in this in form of a present tense that fix this, not that I have fixed blah blah blah, but I'm gonna say fix this particular thing. That is the scope of this PR or this commit. So I'm gonna say fix few demos breaking, or demos UI breaking on mobile. So this is a fix. Now I'm gonna press shift and enter to go to a new line. You can see this character here. Then I'm gonna give another shift enter. So now I have a new line. So this is a line break that we want between this title, this commit title, and this message that I'm going to write right now. So I'm gonna say here I can define in multiple lines what I fixed. So I could say fixed the UI issues happening on the mobile. Now notice that in this particular situation, in the message, I'm saying fixed, which is a past tense, which means that here we can say I fixed this, I fixed that, blah blah blah. But in this title, it is supposed to be in a present tense in terms of action on what is to be done. So fix the UI issues happening on mobile for a few demos, removed some React styles and used Tailwind or used pure CSS or Tailwind CSS instead. Then you can type further things like code or I feel great. You should add a backdoor. What do you mean by that? And then you could say something like I feel great, CodeWithAhsan community is awesome, you are also awesome. To create this repository or this repo / project Hacktoberfest is awesome, I'm hungry, and whatever. You could type anything that you want, and then you can just push this code. Okay, once you are done with that, just close the message with quotations. Notice that we have started a quotation, then we typed a title, and then we press shift enter to come here. Then we gave a line break, and now we are writing a line, then we press shift enter, then we write a line, then we press shift enter, and so on. And finally, when you're done with this whole code or message, just press double quotations and hit enter, and then this commit message should be done. So you will see that this stage changes, they're all gonna just go and they're gonna be merged. So now you can see that these changes are gone. One really good way of identifying if your commit is done is by doing git log. So you can see these logs. All right. And now once you are done with that, I can go to my repository and then create a PR from there. So I'm going to go to my code repository. So let's go there. So we are here. This is the original repository, which is this is the original repository, which is the ATAPS web APIs playground. This is my repository of the same thing. So /web API playground. If I refresh here, you will see that since I have pushed to that code, I should be able to see, I have not pushed the code. So I have to push the code now. So here I will now say git push. And as I do so, this will give me a message that, hey, This branch does not exist on your GitHub because I've created it locally in my machine. So I need to run this command: git push git push set upstream origin blah blah blah. So when I copy this and run this, this will now push this code to my repository here. And now you see that here we already got this message that, hey, this had recent pushes. Do you want to create a pull request? Now you can quickly click here, click here, compare and pull request. And when you do so, you will see that it will create this PR or a draft to the actual repository against the master branch from my repository or my copy, but with my branch. So it's my branch is not the master branch. It's exactly the branch that I push the code on. So you can see that from my branch to the actual repository's master branch, we are creating this particular commit or PR. So you can see here we have some template, so we can follow that. So we can say description. We can also say this. We can just paste this here, the UI, CSS. All right, let's see. So I think we already have this in the commit, so we don't probably need this whole thing here. Maybe, yeah, let's keep it like this. Then we have the fix this number issue. So here we can define what issue number was that. So this is issue number 53. So we can put this here. When you'll preview this, you will see that this automatically links the issue. So if I mouse over it, you can see that here we have this directly being assigned to this. Okay. Now that we have this, let's see what it says. Please delete options that are not relevant. So I can delete this. New feature, non-breaking change. So none of this, but just the bug fix. So you press X here and then you see a tick mark here automatically. All right, so I'm gonna move this. How this has been tested, we don't need that. We need checklist. I think we all follow this checklist. I have commented my code particularly hard. I have made corresponding changes to documentation. Not required. My changes generate no new warnings. Yes, I have added tests that prove my fix. We don't need that. New existing unit test pass. We don't need this. We don't need this. And this is okay. So I think we are good. All right. So let's create this. Let's create a pull request. As soon as we do that, you will see that this pull request will now be created against this actual project. Coding Desires has followed. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Are you maintaining or are you wearing the past year's Hacktoberfest swag? I'm wearing the past year's Hacktoberfest swag. So this is 2020. I'm not maintaining or organizing. How many PRs have you got? This is the second PR that I'm raising. Have I raised it already? I clicked the pull request, but I don't know what's happening. It's loading. This is the second PR. So I was working last night on a really simple PR. This one is a big one. We have had fixed 5 different, or actually, yeah, more than 5, or maybe 5 demos. So this was the issue that we were working on, and I was just demonstrating this for the folks to learn how to contribute. This is what we have done in today's stream. So we have these 5 demos, which had, kindly check all other demos also. No, I didn't check other demos, sorry. You could create another issue and I can contribute to that also. Cool. All right, so there we go. We got the PR created. You can see that this is the PR that we have already created. Its number is 55. Here it's already linked in the issue as well. Really cool. GitHub. So we have got the second PR. Let's see if this appears in my profile now. So if I go to home, if I click start hacking, this is Mohammad Ahsan's profile. And now it just shows me the previous one, not the next one. So at least it shows me the first contribution so far. Maybe it takes some time to do that. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna quickly check if there were any reviews on my PR. So it seems like all my first PR that I shared, there are no issues with that. It just requires a review. So hopefully this should be merged. Hopefully. Bum, bum, bum. Cool. All right. So I think we got. You are a GDE. Yes, I am a Google Developers Expert. Yes, I am. If you go to ahsanayaz.com, or actually, since you are on Twitch, you should be able to see all the information or all my socials on. If you type !socials, you should be able to see my links. And if you go to the links, you should be able to see my GDE link from there. Yeah, it is there actually. It's right here. That's me when I was younger. I don't know, maybe 1 year, 2 years, not sure. You work for Google, right? No, I don't. I haven't worked for Google. The GDE means that I am acknowledged by Google, which means that Google has given me this badge, this imaginary badge and honor or certificate or whatever you want to call it. But Google says that I'm an expert in this particular technology, which is called Angular. So I've been working with Angular for more than 8 years now. All right, everyone. Nabil says, great stream, Ahsan bhai, mashallah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we got another PR in the bag. I hope that this is going to be shown to my link or to my profile somehow soon. I'm going to keep looking and we'll see where it goes from there. So similar to this, on how I have fixed this within merely, let's say, 2 hours, you can also do the same. You can also do exactly the same by going to those issues, by going to let me know one thing. So we have October started, and we have a couple of streams obviously in those in the October. So we got the next coming Wednesday, then the Saturday, then the Wednesday, then the Saturday. So there's going to be a couple of streams. Do you want me to organize maybe one or multiple Hacktoberfest events? Because I can do that. This was just a fun stream with Hacktoberfest, but if you want, we could have an actual Hacktoberfest meetup. We could potentially see where we can contribute. We could have a live stream. We could have some suggestions on, hey, go to this repository, go to this repository. I also have myself a lot of repositories as well that you can contribute to. I have some open source projects as well that you can contribute to, or I could find some projects like this one that we found today, and then you can contribute on that, and we'll do it together then while the stream is happening. So you would have a dedicated timeline in which I'm not going to be talking to you. There's a concept of something called study streams or working streams, in which people get together, they focus on what they are doing, then they take a couple of time as break. I'm not sure if you know that, but there's something called a Pomodoro Clock. This one, or a Pomodoro technique, or a clock, whatever you want to call it. So this is a really cool thing that I recently found out that works really well for productivity and focus. And what this, no, not this lady, but essentially what happens is that whenever you're working, if you work constantly for, let's say, 25 minutes, and then you take a 5 minutes break, and then you kind of chill in that 5 minutes, maybe you do something else and not work, that kind of makes it really cool for productivity. And I think you could also take longer breaks for like 15 to 20 minutes. So how about we try this out in our stream? We do have something called a Pomodoro Clock, which is an app that you could use. Yeah, this one. So we have this app that we could potentially use, which essentially starts your timer, and then you have some notifications that you could also enable. You could also install this as a PWA, I think. But essentially what would happen is that you would have this timer running, and then whenever you have 25 minutes done, then you would take a 5 minutes break, and that is when we can talk. So we can start the stream, try to find out different PRs, get back together in 25 minutes, share our progress, talk about what we are doing, what we are sharing, which PR or which issue we are working on. If we need help, we are gonna ask for help in that. We can also do it via Discord as well. That would be fun. We could do a Discord meetup as well. So if you're on Discord, we could do that as well, or we probably don't need that. We can just chat here as well. But yeah, we could try that. I'm gonna allow notification from here. Let's say whenever the time comes in, then okay. Are you sure you want to finish the round early? Remaining time will not be counted in the report. Okay, so this also gives you a report as well. So we could try this. Maybe next stream, I'm gonna tell in the in Discord how that would look like. But yeah, let's try that. All right. So now so someone asked how much PRs are required. 4. Yes, we need 4 PRs. As you can see here in the participant goal, we have these four boxes right here. So whenever these 4 are done, then I would be eligible for getting the swag, t-shirts and stickers and whatnot. And Yahoo says, I do a thing where I learn for 30 minutes and have a 5 minutes break. That sounds good. That sounds close enough to the Pomodoro clock or the technique. That sounds fair. All right, cool. We actually decided that this is going to be one of the this is going to be a stream where we would also look at some ES6 code that we wanted to do, but it seems like we are not doing that. Maybe we'll do it later in one of the upcoming streams, because we do have to finish that. But since we can shift our sort of focus from month to month, I think we can focus on Hacktoberfest first, and as soon as we are done with the PRs, we'll catch up. We'll continue on something else. Okay. All right. Anything else? So I think we can quickly jump to just having some chat. Any questions that you want me to answer, we can go through those, and then we'll start talking about wrapping up the stream for today. With Netlify in a domain, could we run a site? Yes, you can. My site is exactly that. We have a domain, and then we have a Netlify. When you have a domain, you have to just configure your domain name server or your DNS, and when you do so, you can obviously point it to your Netlify server, and then that works out of the box. That's all you need. Ayub Oz, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Code with Ahsan. How's it going, man? How's it going? How's it going? Why don't I have the alert box at the top? There we go. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Going well, really good. Had a really productive day today. Had a fun talking about open source, also actually contributing to one of the repositories. That was fun. So we have 2 PRs from my end, which are now up, which means 2 PRs are remaining. We might be doing the same coming Wednesday, and then maybe on Saturday as well. I'm gonna look into how I can organize a meetup, because that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be definitely fun. I definitely need to see if they provide anything for the communities themselves. So for instance, I think if I go to join a Hacktoberfest and mentor others, let's see. So we could create our own meetup, and Event title, Ruby Meetup, Hacktoberfest edition. Event date, organizer location, time zone, live stream, Discord, Twitch, YouTube. Interesting. This could be fun. I think doing this in a work group, that is what I would go for. So we could arrange a meetup, but then we also would have to make sure that maximum people join in, because then we would be doing a lot of cool stuff. We would find issues, and I'm gonna plan obviously the roadmap of it. We're gonna find issues, we're gonna work on those. I'm gonna make sure that my repositories that I already have, they are public. For instance, there's something that I was working on. If you want to have a look, you can also have a look, but I don't have the Hacktoberfest label on that right now. I could, however, just add it right now. So I think if I go to my GitHub, this one, maybe not mine, but let's see. There was one repository. I think it's in IOMX. So let's quickly go there. There was one thing that I was working on, and that's really fun. If you are good in JavaScript, then you can work on this one. And specifically if you're good in React, absolutely. So there's this this repository that is called Pure CSS Loaders. I've shared that with the stream once or twice maybe. But essentially what this is, that if you go and search, no, don't pin it, come back. If you go ahead and search something called Pure CSS Loader, you will find this URL, Pure CSS Loader loading.io/css. Okay, what is the zoom level right now? It's 125. Why is it 125? I don't know. Anyways, when you click this, you will see these different loaders, right? And these are great. I mean, you could go to any page, add these, and you will start seeing those loaders. The only problem with these is so many tabs, you are just seeing one window. There are too many windows that I can show right now. So let's see if this was the blue. This is the blue one, right? If I wanted to show that, let's say anywhere, let's say here. So if I wanted to show that here, I would just go here, add an HTML tag inside the body. I would say, is it CSS? Yeah, it's CSS. I would just say, let's say style, and we could simply just add this style just like this. And all I need to do now is to go and copy the HTML from Pure CSS Loader, which is this guy here, and then I just add this. So I edit this in HTML, or maybe just edit this guy here, the flex one, and then I add this HTML here, and there we go. We got a loader here. So this is really easy tool to just implement this CSS loader. The thing is that this doesn't allow you, or this app doesn't allow you to get those loaders and decide what is going to be the size of that loader. And that is what we are trying to fix with this repository or this open source project. And what we have here is that we have this output here, but now we are also trying to build it in a way that it also allows you to change the size, for example. So if you're interested in that, I'm gonna just add the label here, and then we'll see how that goes. So maybe I go to settings. How can I add label to my repository? Label, issue labels. How do you label your repository? GitHub, assign label to repository. On GitHub, navigate to main page of the repository. Under your repository name, click issues or pull request, issues label button next. All right, got it. So you need to have that label created right here. So if I click label here, I can create a new label, Hacktoberfest, but I don't need to do that. Maybe I can just go here and create a new issue, and then that would potentially help me with that. So if I create a new issue, go to label, say Hacktoberfest, that should do it. So if I create a new label, what color do we want this to be? Did you make BioLink website? No, I did not. BioLink is I think a project of the Buy Me a Coffee people. So if you have seen this buymeacoffee.com, I think the guys behind the BioLink, they are the same people. So I think it's product by the same team. So this is the one. And I didn't make it. You can claim your name from here and put all your links there. Super easy, super handy. Hacktoberfest accepted? Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. So let's do Hacktoberfest accepted. Should we go some sort of purple color like this? I think this is cool, right? This also matches our stream and our branding. Let's go with that. Save. Optional description for Hacktoberfest 2021. There we go. Have I made any mistake in the spelling? No. So I think we are good. Cool. So anyone can now find this and add to or kind of contribute to this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna essentially add some issues for this one. So we have a quick guidelines. Red color, okay. I don't know. I feel quite connected with purple for some reason. I actually like that, which is actually the color of, yeah, this color essentially. Everywhere on my side. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So I think that would be it. Let's quickly go through any questions that you might have. If not, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap up for today, and then I'm gonna see you on Wednesday. And let's prepare for the Hacktoberfest. Let's get those swags. I would love to see those swags for sure. I'm gonna also try to make some sort of an application which you can contribute to easily. I'm gonna try to make it that so that we have, let's say, a list of cool people that we have in our community, the CodeWithAhsan community, and you should be able to quickly add your name and add your projects in that repository via simple PRs. Prasad EMC, if I'm pronouncing it right, welcome to CodeWithAhsan. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Are you hoping to get the swags? I am, definitely. I have been getting the swags for the past 3 to 4 years. It takes some time for some reason, 3 to 4 months before it comes here. I'm pretty sure that this one that I got, I probably got it in February or January. I'm not 100% sure. Only 55,000? I don't know how many people. I was thinking about 500 to be honest. Is it 55,000? Then it's too many. If it's 55,000, I can easily get it. No problem at all. Let's see. How many people do or get the Hacktoberfest swag? So there we go. Welcome, welcome, Mr. Shorty80. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to CodeWithAhsan. All right, there's a lot of good swag here, man. Wow, I wasn't so much enthusiast before, but I'm absolutely hyped up now. This is super cool. HackToberfestSwagList.com. Someone has created this. This is cool. This repo seeks to document all of the companies giving away swag for Hacktoberfest 2021 and how you can get your hands on some free gifts. I'm gonna share this link with you. This is cool. This is cool, cool, cool. There you go. Coding Desire says, I mean, don't most developers know about Hacktoberfest? They are probably looking to get it as well. Well, it's up to the luck. I mean, what's the harm in trying this? I don't mind trying it out at all. I get the swag since 2018. That's cool, Mr. Shardy. That's cool. I started my repo yesterday. Awesome. I had no idea about Hecktoberfest last year. Yeah, I think there are still people who don't know about it. There could be people, but there are a lot of people who actually don't know about it. So we're good there. I think there are swags by other companies. Yeah, they are actually. So you can see the original is DigitalOcean, Upright, Intel, and DeepSource. These are the official partners this time. So there would be like these t-shirts and stickers. I think that there are one PR merge, how to sign up, register here, AppSmith, Hecktoberfest. So interesting. Is this something different? Is this what I think it is? AppSmith. Oh, is this all right? Now I think I got it. So it seems like this is a list of actually some companies who are offering swags as well. So this means that you can contribute on their website, and if your PRs get accepted for this Hecktoberfest challenge, then they send you a different swag than the actual Hecktoberfest team. So this is super cool. This is super cool. I think you should definitely try this. So this is the link. Let me share this with you. This is super awesome. I wasn't actually aware of this one. So if you don't get the Hecktoberfest one, you can get all these cool swag from all these companies. Cool. I'm seeing other messages. I think there are swags by other companies. Yes. Yep, this is the list. Cool. Do we get stickers if they run out of swags? I believe you do. They still send you something. Nabil says, I got last year. Mubashir says, sir, what is Hecktoberfest swag list? Don't know. This Hecktoberfest swag list is a site where you could go and see all the companies that are offering you to work on their tickets. And if you get those tickets right, then you should be able to get swag from these companies as well. So they, for example, let's see, we have this AppSmith. So if let's say you go to AppSmith repo, which is this one, the AppSmith, if you go here and if you contribute to this repository, they have a lot of issues, 1200 issues. If you have these issues and if you try to raise PRs against there, if you get 2+ PRs merged, then you get stickers, a water bottle, a t-shirt. Damn, I'm super hyped. I think I'm gonna skip my office. I hope no one from my office sees this, but I'm gonna skip office and I'm gonna try to work there. Try to work this shit. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Don't tell my office about this one. Hacking is allowed. What kind of hacking do you want in this case? Depends. It depends. So what is Hecktoberfest swag list? I think Mubashir, now you know about this one. There also Hecktoberfest hosted by Microsoft besides DigitalOcean and company. Really? Hecktoberfest Microsoft. I didn't know. I did not know. There we go. 2 years ago, we celebrated Hecktoberfest with a small hackathon at Microsoft Garage, blah, blah, blah. IQ issues, compiler issues, quantum-based JS issues, Azure quantum issues, ready to get started. Register for Hecktoberfest here. You'll get eligible for a Hecktoberfest t-shirt or a tree planted on your behalf. Okay. But it kind of takes me to the DigitalOcean one. At least Microsoft says that, right? I don't see this as being different from anything else. 2 minutes to read. Find a repo to discover dog. Okay. Contribute. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything different from here.
Microsoft is the company behind DigitalOcean. Yes, could be. They are definitely the company behind GitHub. So yeah. Computer hacking. I'm Yahoo says, yeah. If you can do that, please do that. I'm gonna go back to the list because I was so hyped about this one. Hey, I have a question. Does AppSmith submit to any merged PRs? If you create a PR in this October, they should be able to give you the swag, right? For instance, we have Mealy Search here, Milvus, AppSmith. They have 5+ merge. So if you do a 5+ merge PRs, they give you a surprise box. I don't know what that would contain, but that is amazing. AutoDL. I'm gonna see what these folks are actually offering. This is cool. Then let's see. They don't have requirements. They say we need to add PRs on a specific repo. Microsoft is a company behind DigitalOcean. Yeah. Hey, I'm thinking of streaming as well. How are you playing music on your streaming software? I am using the Streamlabs OBS software and I'm just playing it via VLC player. So this is what is playing the sound, and this is my software, and this is the desktop audio option that you can get in, so it kind of keeps running. If I'm not speaking, it still keeps running that, and that's how it's going inside. Okay, so I'm going to get some stickers, and awesome, good luck. And I would love to see if hacking is allowed. Then this is your IP. Can I go to there? No. If it's allowed, then okay, that sounds good. Cool. Is it really my IP though? Could it be that I'm behind a VPN? Who knows? A bomb. All right. Cool. All right, let's go through some questions, and I think if that's when that's done, we're gonna be wrapping up with the stream today. And hey folks, make sure that if you have not followed me on my socials, please do, because that would help me reach out to you much easier. It's really easy to connect with you via those socials as well. Google, what's my IP on your phone? I don't have to do that. I can quickly go to my browser and I can do what's my IP, and that kind of tells me the same thing. What is my public address? Someone says great information, thank you so much. How to get that badge, sir? One of the people says how to get that badge. I think you were talking about GDE badge. The GDE badge is something that you get when you have proved your potential, when you have showed that, hey, I am an expert in this particular technology. For instance, I have created a lot of content on Angular, and that's how people know about me, or that's how Google has acknowledged me for all that content. I've created a bunch of libraries, I've created a bunch of articles. You cannot apply, unfortunately. You can only be referred by someone who is already a Googler, or if you are recommended by or referred by, or we call it nomination. So if you're nominated by someone who is already a GDE or a Google Developers Expert, then you can become one. So I think I have a video on this one, but yeah, essentially you have to be recommended by someone. The link does not take to your channel. Is that right?
Is that the one that is YouTube, right? I do believe I fixed that. Is that the YouTube one? It does that. What do you mean? Coding desires. So we're gonna make some projects in which we could contribute. I think next time what I would do is we can work on something together. We could create some sort of app where we showcase the amazing people that we have on Twitch. So for instance, linking their GitHubs, linking their projects. We could, oh, sent by Nightbot, that's a good one. Interesting. Let's see. I might have not fixed that up because I changed my YouTube's link or code. So it says YouTube. I think this should be the one. So what command was that exactly? I think it's under timers, maybe. Yeah, there's this one. So that should be, yeah, it's an old link. So let's fix that. It should be snios.com/YouTube because that is a redirect and I can always go and fix that. So that's sad. I didn't know about that. Thank you so much for pointing it out. So now if I do something like, actually, I think this should run automatically, but this should be fixed. So if you want to go, you can quickly go to the socials and you should find the right link. What is Nightbot? Really good question. Nightbot is a bot which currently runs on my Twitch stream. So it kind of shares some messages, some information. It provides me multiple things from statistics. For instance, how many messages are there, who are the top contributors, who's the person who chats the most. It's mostly on Twitch. For instance, the top chatter right now is Raja on our Twitch stream. Everyone knows about him. Top command that people use, that is socials. So I can actually check regulars and other things as well, and giveaways or whatever. So it's a really good tool that streamers usually use for managing their streams. I'm not sure if it's possible to connect to YouTube, but it's definitely possible to connect to Twitch for sure. Sir, do you know cross-site JavaScript? Yes, I know cross-site JavaScript. I know it quite well. All right, one thing that someone asked is, what is the difference between a GDE and a GCP? GCP is a product by Google, so it's a Google Cloud platform. So if you search GCP, you will find Google Cloud Platform. If you type GDE, you will find a Google Developers Expert. So there's a difference between those two things. A Google Developers Expert is an expert which Google acknowledges that, hey, this guy is an expert in this particular technology. So if you go to this link, you can quickly find this link where you have a directory of all the experts in the world. So you can exactly see which expert lives where and is in which region, for instance. So here you could see that these are the experts throughout the world. So there's Markin, Michelle, or Michael, I don't know how to pronounce the names, but these are all the experts in the world acknowledged by Google. So you can try to find a Google Developers Expert by technology. For instance, if you're interested in Android, you could just go here and select Android here, or you could select Flutter, whatever you want. Let's see how many Flutter people we have. So here you can see that we have these Flutter GDEs, and now if you scroll down, you will be able to see all the list. So there are 74 GDEs in the world, which are on which are on Flutter, right? Similarly, you could see how many people are there who are in Android or Angular. For instance, let's see Angular. I think there are too many on Angular. Or yeah, we have 140 people in the world who are an expert in Angular. So I'm one of those experts acknowledged by Google. So if you try to search my name here, you will find me right here. can you do one video on cross-site JavaScript? Do you want me to do a video on how to secure or be secured from that, or what exactly? What are you looking for when it comes to cross-site JavaScript? Do you want me to teach that? Because I don't do that. I can share multiple resources on how to prevent or how to implement secure policies so you don't get cross-site JavaScript attacks. Nightbot, you are amazing. Yes, it is. Cool. Then we have use at Google Cloud Product, Cloud Seco, I think. Lane for developer. Yeah, it's more for DevOps, for infrastructure, for holding your applications that you can scale. All right, cool. So I think we are actually good. I'm gonna stop it here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream in just a bit. I would highly suggest to stay for a while. I'm gonna run one ad break, and then we can call this a day, and then I'm gonna see you on Wednesday. As I promised, I'm gonna be trying to I'm gonna try to create an app which you all can contribute through Hacktoberfest. So the idea in my mind right now is to create an app where we can list all the amazing people from the community. So that includes Nabil, that includes Mubashir Khan, that includes I Am Yahoo, that includes Raja. We have a lot of people. So we'll be listing those people as in their GitHub faces. We're also going to be listing or providing an option to showcase their projects. For instance, I have a lot of projects that I can showcase. You might also have a lot of projects that you can showcase. For instance, I think I could show something like github.com/CodeWithAhsan, and here we built a JavaScript calculator, so I could showcase that maybe. And we could also showcase each other's work as well, something like this. So maybe something like this. Okay. How to apply in Google company? Sir, I'm from Karachi. You cannot apply in a Google company unless you are a bit experienced. I don't think they take internees or fresh people. And I think to get into Google, it is most likely that you have to either apply from their own site. So you could go to careers or Google careers. If you search Google careers, you'll see careers.google.com, and here you can try to find those links. So I'm sharing that in the chat as well, so you can try to search here, but it's really hard to get it from Pakistan, to be honest. It really becomes easy if you are recommended by someone from Google. Hey Sabel, how's it going? Long time no see. How's it going, Sabel? All right, I think we're good. So Sabel, you are right on time. I'm about to end the stream. Today was a really good stream as we talked about Hacktoberfest, as we talked about how to contribute, and we actually contributed to a real world project, or actually someone's project, and we also created a PR, which is this PR here. So I'm hoping this would be merged really soon. It seems like everything was good. There are no issues from the Vercel bot. The person just needs to review and merge this. Long time no see. Looks like very busy. Yeah, it looks like Sebel is too busy. It's just Saturday. Yeah, it could be the case. All right, everyone. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna give some rest to my voice. I would highly appreciate for you to stay for a while for the ad break, since it's the last ad break for today. And if you want to see this video again, because we have just started, I see there are many people who are joining right now for us. Sir, आपने कैसे apply किया था Google में? All right, someone has asked a really good question, so I'm gonna answer that really quick. To become a Google Developers Expert, you have to be recommended by someone. And to get recommended by someone, you need to do a lot of work, because you need to prove yourself as an expert. All right. So how do you become a Google Developers Expert? Let me switch to the cam only, and I can now talk about it. Cool. Let's go. So in order to become a Google Developers Expert, what you need to do is you have to write articles, you have to create content, you have to create video tutorials, you have to make an impact in the community, which means you have to speak at different events, You have to share knowledge. When you do so, you can combine all of these things and say, I'm an expert, but with facts. When we say facts, that means that you have to create a Google Sheet. Let's say create a Google Sheet and then list down that, hey, I wrote this article, and in this article that I published on, let's say, medium.com or dev.to, wherever you published it, how many people reviewed that? How many people read that article? Similarly, if you created a video, how many people saw that video? So you need to get those numbers. If you spoke at an event as a speaker, how many people attended that event? If you mentored someone in a workshop, let's say, how many people attended that workshop? So you need to get all those numbers, put that in a Google Sheet, list down all the events, all the items, the articles, the videos, the speaker sessions, the workshops. If you have open source libraries, list them down and then see how many installs those libraries have. For example, I could show you some of the installs from my numbers. So if I go to, let's say, npmjs.com, and if I go to say ngx device detector, this is the library that I have. And if I see their downloads, you can see that it has more than 5.8 million downloads. So I have these numbers. So you have to have all these numbers. You have to list down all those things. Once you are done with that, then you need to talk to a regional Google developers expert. You do that by going to developers.google.com and try to see experts directory. And inside this experts directory, go to your region, see what is your country, Asia, Europe, whatever that is. For instance, I could go to Europe, or I could just type the country name here. For instance, I can type Sweden. So let's say if I was to apply for Sweden, I would just go here and see, hey, who can I contact on Sweden? Let's say Guillermo. This is the guy who I can contact. So I would go here and try to find his social links, and then I can reach out to him on LinkedIn and whatever. And then I will first ask him if he thinks that I am eligible to be nominated as a GDE. All right. You cannot apply to become a GDE. You can only be recommended by someone. So you will ask him or her, whoever you're reaching out, and then you can ask them, hey, do you think I'm ready for this, to be nominated? And they will tell you either you're ready, or they will tell you that it will take some time. So focus on this and focus on that. They will guide you what you should do, but you should always reach out to your regional GDE, which you can get access to. All right. What is the name of your library? If you go to my GitHub, these are the libraries that are on my profile in the very front right here. So this is called ngx device detector. So if you go to GitHub, you should be able to quickly find that. I'm going to share the link as well in the chat. So yeah, that is the one. So for instance, this library has 5.8 million downloads. It has some number of weekly downloads as well. For instance, you can see it has about 100,000 weekly downloads. So every week it has about 100,000 downloads. All right. So yeah, it has about 400,000 monthly downloads and whatnot. So you can see all of these stats here. So I have all these stats, but the point is these stats actually identify that me, Ahsan Ayaz, is an expert, because if I was not an expert, I couldn't have created this library. And what is more important than being an expert is that it doesn't matter if I'm an expert or not. The thing that matters is that, have I contributed to anything in the community? Have I provided benefit to anyone? And by creating this library, since a lot of projects are using my library, my work, I have created an impact. So I'm an expert. That's how Google acknowledges you. So you can see that even on GitHub, I can see that at least 2,600 projects on GitHub, they use my library. I can quickly check this right here, that these are all the projects that you see, they use my library. 2,600 projects. Okay. About 2,600, 2,575 projects. All right. So you gather those numbers. All right. PG Marciano, welcome to Code with Ahsan. Sorry about the shout out having quite late. Irvis13, welcome to Code with Ahsan. Welcome. Hello to you. So in order to become a Google developers expert, you need to do all this. You need to gather these numbers, because The process is you get recommended by someone. That is the first thing. After you are recommended by that, let me go to this view. So after you're recommended by someone, then Google invites you for the interview. The first interview is with another GDE, and they ask you about yourself, what do you do, what you're passionate about, why do you want to become a GDE. So there are some questions right there. Then the second interview that happens is with a technical expert in the technology. So let's say if you're applying for Angular, then you are going to be interviewed by someone from the Angular core team at Google. So someone from Google will take your interview and then will ask you questions about technically, hey, what is this in Angular? What is that in Angular? How do you do this in Angular? How do I, optimize an Angular application? What is this? What is that? Blah, blah, blah. So that is the final step. And once that person clears you, then Google invites you to this program that we call a Google Developers Expert Program. They list you on the GDE side, just as I was listed on, or I am listed on the Google Developers side, and that's all. So yeah, that is the whole idea. That's how you become a GDE. So it's a long process, but still you can do it. So the way I did it was that one of my recruiters in Pakistan, they were actually he was actually a GDE, or he was planning to become a GDE, and I saw him, and then I started preparing myself as well. So I started noting all these things down. How many people viewed my articles on Medium? How many people have viewed my videos? I gave a speaker session or a talk on this event. How many people were there? And I took all those numbers and took to Google. The final step, or actually, sorry, my bad. Even before the interview, the first interview when you talk to a GDE, even before that, when you are nominated by someone, the first step is to fill a form that requires all this information. What is your impact? How many articles, how many videos, how many speaker sessions, how many people were impacted, how many people you trained? So you need to fill a form. And I think it took me almost 2.5 to 3 hours to fill that form, because I had to gather everything, and then I had to put that in the form, and then I had to submit it. So it takes a lot of time and patience, but once you do so, it's a lot of experience. There are a lot of benefits of becoming a GD. I see a question, and then the question is, Ahsan, do you have to reapply to keep the Google Expert qualification, or is it permanent? It's not permanent. It renews every year, and in order to keep this title, because this is a title, in order to keep this title, you have to keep contributing. The idea is that you will not become an expert, or you should not be getting this title to start contributing. They will give you this title if you are already doing that. And from before getting this title and after getting this title, there should be no change. You should still be contributing. You should still be giving speaker sessions, sharing Google technologies, sharing knowledge. So for every year, they evaluate what have you done in the past 6 months. So I think it's every 6 months. So they see what have you done in the past 6 months, which means that even now, after 3 years of becoming a GD, even now I have to enter or provide my entries, or enter this in a software provided by Google about, hey, I uploaded this video, it got so many views. Hey, I uploaded that video, it got this many views. So we have to keep track of our activities. I don't have one. I made a bad joke. Yes, you did. Does being a GDE help in getting a job at Google? No, it does not. Nope. A GDE and a Googler is different. And I think you cannot be both. A Google engineer cannot be an expert, as far as I know. So both of these things are quite different. And there are quite a lot of benefits of becoming a GDE as well. Jorman Espinoza, welcome to CodeWithAhsan. What is the main advantage of being a GDE? The first advantage is your portfolio. So you get this access to, obviously, your name is on a Google domain. Your name is on the Google site. That's the first advantage. You can attract freelance projects from them, recruiters from them. So that has given me a lot of benefit in many places. The second benefit is that Google supports you, or at least used to support before pandemic, because before pandemic you were allowed to go to different countries for talks and speaker sessions. So post or pre pandemic, I used to travel to different countries for talks, for speaker sessions, and Google supports the flight tickets in that case, and also the accommodation in that case. So it supports both of those things. You just go to a country, you just manage your food and whatnot, but the accommodation and the flights, they are covered by Google. So you could go to any country and then give a speaker session, and Google would pay for it. Google also pays for some small things. Time and again, they provide some allowance for you to create better content. For example, this microphone that you see here, this is actually, why would this not highlight it? Highlight my microphone. Yay, there you go. So this microphone has been sponsored by Google as well. So I got this is sponsored from Google. Are you freelancer or working for any organization, Ahsan? I'm currently working for a company called Synchron AB in Stockholm, Sweden. So I'm working as a software architect there. So I hope that answers the question. So being a GD means that you get some allowance. For instance, I think we got some allowance for some softwares as well, like JetBrains or something. So yeah, those are the benefits. And I think the biggest benefit for a person like me, who has been working with Angular for 8 years, who has learned from so many good people who are already experts, and who has kind of idealized the people who are working in Google or the Angular team, that hey, these are the most absolute amazing engineers in the world. Being a GDE allowed me to connect to those people directly. So we GDEs can directly talk to those people via Slack. So we are right now, so I'm in obviously right now the Slack organization of Angular, the team Angular at Google, of course. We are also connected via a Slack for Google Developers Expert channel. So it has a Slack team of its own. So I'm connected with all the experts around the world. So if I am interested in creating content, which I am, now I can connect with different GDEs to create more amazing content, more amazing stuff, more amazing articles. We can share ideas, we can give feedback to Google really early. For instance, whenever there's a new version of Angular coming out, we get access to that kind of earlier. So we can provide feedback as well, and we can contribute to more discussions around that as well. Thanks for the info, great inspiration, no problem. When do you think a social website you're making would be done? I don't know. I'm gonna start working on it maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, not sure, but probably before Wednesday. So when you come on Wednesday, you're gonna have something to work on for sure. That I can say, definitely. All right, I could keep talking like this, but I would like to go off for now. So please stay for a while for this really quick ad break that would really support the stream. If you don't know about this, I'm gonna quickly share my screen, and I would highly appreciate you to look into it as well. So if you go to my bio link, you would get a lot of things. If you're interested in Angular, I cannot stop recommending this really amazing book that I wrote. This is published worldwide, and this is called the Angular Cookbook. It has over 80 recipes. It has over 600 pages of amazing Angular content. People are absolutely loving it. The sales are going really good. People are liking it. We have a really good feedback from people as well. So go try it out. I think there was also some reviews on Amazon as well. So we got a 4 out of 5 rating on this one as well. And I think this is just on Amazon. We also have other stores as well. If you want to support this community, the CodeWithAhsan community, you can definitely come on either the buymeacoffee.com, which is directly the community, or you can consider becoming a Patreon to support the work that I'm doing. And obviously all the lessons, they're for free. And yeah, I believe that's it. Just go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to there. There are a couple of videos coming in as well. I'm working on a couple of interesting videos with my new video editor as well. So that's gonna be fun as well. Raja says, I want to receive it as a gift from you. You're gonna have to wait for that. We might be announcing some giveaways, but not really soon. Someone asked how much is the book. I think it's about $34. Yeah, $35. And it depends on where you live as well. So I think it's on different stores. I'm not sure if the rates are the same, but I'm not currently sure. But yeah, if you want to support in any way, you can do that. Follow my socials. If you're on TikTok, go there. If you're on Instagram, follow there as well. Keep in touch, keep following, keep building amazing stuff, keep coding and whatnot. So I'm gonna see you later. Thank you everyone, and please stay for a while for the ad break, and I'm gonna end the stream right after that. Thank you so much. Have a good one, and I'm gonna see you on Wednesday. Bye bye. I'm gonna come to Pakistan in February most likely, so I'll see you there. Oh, actually, before we leave, I got an idea, and I thought about this the last time as well, and now I think about it, I think we should be doing that again. So it's weird coming back, but let me show you why. It's always good to get things from people, but it's always great to give them back as well. So last time we actually did a raid on one of the channels, and that was really amazing. We got some really good feedback. So let's show some love to anyone who is doing JavaScript at the moment. So let's see who's live. We're gonna have a look at the people who are live, and we are gonna jump into one of those people. Okay, so we got Lana here, we got Incarn, we got Auroral Games. Let's see. Yeah, I think these are the only folks that are live at the moment that we could look at, and let's see what they're building. Mr. Hackerman, 6:30 seconds ad throw. Is that what's going on? Hackerman, you just joined and I was actually closing that. Let's see. So she is building a game, and I think it's all right. What do we have here? And we have here. So we're gonna have to wait for these ads to finish. Maybe. That's weird. It closed all the ads for some reason. She's making some game. I'm not sure if you are going to be interested in that. And here we have a Unity work going on. Here we have some blending going on as well. I want to see some JavaScript and web development. Let's see. Most of them are game development. Yes, exactly. People searching for JavaScript also watch, blah, blah, blah. So they are recommending this to us for some reason. Do we have anyone working on web development? Let's see. Not exactly. So we got software and game development. This person is working with Vue and Next.js. This is interesting. Maybe, yeah, let's go here maybe. To this person who's working on Vue.js and working on an app. So this person also has a bit lesser views, has only 25 followers. I think it's really, yeah, it's for the JavaScript. So I think we can rate him. It's going to be interesting as well. So let's do that. I'm going to be rating this person. Italia and English as well. So it's English. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Mr. Hackerman, thank you so much for joining. Sorry about the ads. You actually joined at a really weird and bad time. We were closing the stream. It was the closing ads. But again, welcome. Coding Client and welcome to Code with Ahsan. All right, let's go. Let's try to rate this person. Ayman Morakian, welcome to Code with Ahsan. We are just closing the stream. We are going to rate this really cool person who is Cronus out of time. He's trying to build something cool, it seems like, and it would be awesome if we can rate them. So we're gonna do that actually. So let's see. I'm trying to find my own, my own stream and my chat as well. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Great. Cronus out of time. All right. So I think we are good. We're good. Dead End, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to Code with Ahsan. We're gonna be rating this really cool guy, and we're gonna rate it right after our code. So help me go there and share them some love. Do make sure to type this message, that is Code with Ahsan raid, and do this. You can quickly, I think, copy this code. I'm gonna actually include, do this. I'm sharing that in the chat right now. Just copy this and then paste it there as much as you can. Just spam the person's chat, because the more you do that, the more beneficial it is for the next person. So let's do that, and I'm gonna end the stream right now. Thank you so much everyone for joining, and I'm gonna see you later. Bye bye.